All right, I'll start the stream, Guardian Down. I'll start it. Okay. Wow. Guardian Down, how's it going? Cozy Couch, how are you? Cozy, always good to see you. Everybody, hi. Guardian Down, thank you for the 5 gifted right out the gate. Gifted Crusader, Manta 2575, the actual mill, Your Bunny Rote. That's interesting. Route, maybe.
Probably route. Yeah.
But W-R-O-U-T?
Your Bunny W route.
Your Bunny W route.
Yeah.
W route. And Infernal Dragon, Guardian Down, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Let's see if I can actually give you the full effect of what you did there. Did it
Big
show
cozy
up?
couch. I just want to be on a big cozy couch.
Sounds actually really nice right now.
I'm right here.
Doing great. Thanks, evening, y'all. Cozy, it is good to see you. Evening to you, too.
Come here. Right here.
Guardian Down, thank you for the gifted sub, too. Where's Keith?
I'm here.
He's right there. And I'm Andrew, and we're...
About Beverages.
About Beverages. Shocking. It is a podcast evening. It is Thursday night. It is kind of the new slot that we've been doing, and it's been feeling really good, actually.
So far, yeah.
It's amazing what an hour can do. And actually, next week is going to be even earlier because of the time change. Is there a time change?
I don't know when goes into effect.
I know it goes into effect November 5th, which is Sunday. But there was like all the stuff where I thought like things got voted on or things were going to get changed or something. I don't know. Guardian Down, appreciate you. Thank you so much for these 6 total gifted subs. That was very, very kind.
Where is Keith? Where is John?
I almost feel like we should pop open some champagne or some wine.
Let's celebrate.
Some sparkling beverage. Do we have something like that to start the show?
I think we do.
Okay.
Let's celebrate these 6 gifted subs.
Wait, maybe can we?
Afternoon, everybody.
I wanted him to get the full thing there.
Hey, what's happening, Norm?
Well, it's a dog-eat-dog world, Sammy, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
There you go.
And Guardian, did you wait?
What's that?
Another? Or
No,
you
I just replayed it.
Oh, okay.
I wanted him to get the full bit.
Somebody orders Merlot, I'm leaving. I am not drinking any fucking Merlot.
Okay. Relax, Miles. Jesus, no Merlot.
Guardian Down with the highly appropriate No Merlot because we've got a sparkling grape juice to start off, which we're going to talk about. We've got a Zinfandel, and then we also have a Henry McKenna single barrel 10-year. This is going to be a big night.
Involves absolutely no Merlot.
That one does, yeah, and none of them involve Merlot.
Yes.
And the first one is actually, I didn't know they actually made grape juice this way. So this is kind of interesting.
It's kind of like, well, a lot of times we have the Martinelli's apple cider type, for like celebrations. Got the little cork.
Martinelli's, isn't that the name of the Italian restaurant from the Parent Trap?
Martinelli, is it? I don't know.
I think it might be with the original Maureen O'Hara.
But there's
and that was another Keith.
Where?
Brian Keith.
Well, of
course. In the Parent Trap, so all the time.
He was also in Family Affair as well.
I also have another amazing tie-in.
I subscribed for 5 months.
You subscribe?
Hello, Baker.
So the 5, like when you do the 5 gifted, Stream Ellens has been weird. I've been trying to fix a couple things, and instead of it saying 5 gifted, it says 5 months, and I don't know why.
Okay.
I also don't like how this thing stops. See how it just changes immediately? It should fade in and fade out. I was trying to fix that before stream. That doesn't either. Shocking, I know. Baker, hello, Bevy Brothers. Hello to you as well. Hello. Finish your wine thing and then remind me about
the sparkling apple cider. It's called Martinelli's. That's for, if you want to toast and you're not old enough to consume or just not wanting to consume alcohol.
Or not a huge fan of champagne like I am.
Yeah, not a huge fan. This may be something.
Oh my God, this is actually corked.
Yeah, if you want to celebrate just like the new year or any kind of celebration, this is...
Served tepid.
Something...
No, it doesn't say that. No. It doesn't say that at all.
I don't know if I had tepid.
I'm like, I lost 19 months. No, you're fine. When did this happen?
We're here to give you those 19 months back.
We're gonna make you
See
feel
what we can do.
Like you get all those back. Gallicos, how's it going? Good to see you. I've had Fridays off for a while now, and I just remembered that Friday is talk show day with Mr. Beverages and Keith. There we go.
Pete.
There we go.
Keith.
Oh, that reminds me of my Handsome Pete joke.
Keith.
I don't think I can tell the Handsome Pete joke, but
No,
it's a good joke.
not.
It's a good one.
Sometime
ask me that off air. It's one of my favorites.
Okay.
I was worried about Keith's always bringing over things that
could
possibly explode everywhere. And not just beverages. Hey,
oh
my God, I wasn't ready for the button. There it is.
He dances for nickels.
Got it.
Pete, you got some customers.
Oh, Handsome Pete.
Handsome Pete, always good to see you. I was very not sure what glass to put these in. I was like, do I get wine glasses out and be kind of like overly snooty? Do I go more relaxed and do that? I went relaxed.
That's good. Relaxed
I just went relaxed.
I almost went with the Honey Crisp apple cider. because we had the other apple cider a few weeks ago, and we
Which
made
I
that
liked.
cocktail. But and it's good, but it's just pressed apples, so it could just be apple juice actually.
Oh,
So it's not necessarily-
okay. So this is
Same glass
actually
for
made from
everything.
Chardonnay grapes from Spain.
From Spain, yeah.
That's
we carry
really
this
cool.
usually
It's actual-
seasonally. There were a few years we didn't have it, probably COVID years, but it's just a nice alternative because we do have people that will ask for something to toast with that's non-alcoholic. So
Sure.
it's kind of fun.
I use the same glass for everything. Nothing wrong with that. There's a good complimentary glass out there. If it's like Bob Saget's Aristocrats joke, save the joke for off stream. It's in that ballpark a little bit. Guardian, now I'll tell it to you sometime. I think you would think it's hilarious. Same type of glass, I might add. Not the same glass for everything. Gotcha. Not the same glass for. I'm having 3 different beverages right now. They're all in the same glass.
Yes.
Amazing coincidence today. Slide my DMs that you know I will. It is. So when I went to put up the clip today, I don't know if you saw the clip that I put up today.
I just
promoting
saw
the
it
show.
right then after I posted.
Okay.
I didn't watch it, but
Okay.
I saw we were talking about.
Keith once again consuming our
You
content.
must have been talking about the Cubs.
So yeah, it was the Cubs one that I put up. And when I looked for, because I have, a bunch of clips, I've always got ready to go. I'm like, oh, which one should I do? And I was like, oh, the World Series just ended yesterday. The Rangers won.
Yep.
Congrats to them. I have no
Yep.
idea who plays on that team. But good
Corey
for them.
Seager.
Good for them. Bob
And
Seager plays on that team.
and the Silver Bullet
Band.
Band. Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
right.
God. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll do this one. That's very appropriate. Since they just won yesterday, that might tie in. Maybe that gets a few extra hits because the Cubs World Series thing. Guess what happened 7 years ago today?
Was it 7 years ago today?
7
Wow.
years ago to the day, the Cubs won
November
the World
2nd.
Series. I did not know it was this exact. I knew it was obviously around this time, but I did not know it was to the day. So to the day, the Cubs won 7 years ago. So if you go back in and look at Twitter and some other things, TikTok,
It was a
all
rainy
that
night in Cleveland.
stuff. One day in Baltimore. It was like I said. So anyway, yeah. So that was funny. Also in that time, I was like, oh my God, that's weird. And then I'm reading about the Zinfandel that we're going to have. We don't have a link to the Zinfandel. Like I said, here's all the beverages. Wait, there we go. Buttons are always in different spots. Here's the links to what we do have, the Trader Joe's sparkling grape juice. The Zinfandel we don't because it's kind of a limited time thing. It's just...
Yeah, it's not one that
If it
they're
sounds
featuring
good
in
after
a
we have
flight.
it and you're interested in it, you should look for a Trader Joe's and grab it. So they don't have it on their website, but Keith was kind enough to show me, the cut sheet so we could have a little information on it. And when I looked at it, the very bottom of it talks about watching a baseball game and a league of their own. I was like, oh my God, another baseball tie-in. I was like, son of a bee sting. It's all coming together.
Well, what's weird is that if you read that sheet, which you obviously did,
I did.
it also says it was released in June of 2023.
I saw that.
Which we just got it in last week, so I'm not sure if there were some logistical
This is
issues,
what
or
California
maybe it
didn't
was,
want.
yeah, it was really, yeah, maybe it didn't do very, but yeah, it made a lot of summer references, and I was like, because I was even
Was it
talking
Don
with,
Henley reference?
Boys
Girls
of Summer.
Yeah, no.
I was even talking with Fitz about that. I was like, summer, and
Yeah.
he's like, they must have held on to it a little bit longer.
Yeah, like the true
So-
MVP that it is, it pairs with summer grilling classics, yada yada. Don't strike out and miss this limited time offering now in stores. Turn on the game, pour a glass, go to the grill, enjoy this wine. It's in a league of their own. And I
it's
was like, oh
grilling
my
season.
God! Like
It's grilling
well, I mean,
season
in
a lot
Southern
in
Arizona, it's still
Arizona,
in
yeah.
grilling season. To
And
be
there was a
honest with
game
you.
tonight, so not baseball.
Yeah,
But
we got
football.
football in a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I said, so we'll probably have that on and stuff. But yeah, I was like, all of a sudden, as the day went on, with unbeknownst to me, other than when I was looking at my 6 clips that I had lined up for okay, which one do I want to use for that I've taken from the podcast? I was like, oh, the World Series just ended last night. I'm like, okay, I'll do something that's at least a memory of ours. And then all of a sudden, after I had done that, completely unbeknownst to me, all of a sudden I'm looking at our timeline, the Cubs Twitter is like, 7 years ago today, we had the greatest game in baseball. Because then they were talking about, I think Bryan Cranston did the opening for it or something like that on Fox. He does he does the voiceovers.
they do, yeah.
And they were talking about that. I was like, oh. So it is what it is. Yeah. Quite a day. Quite a day.
And we haven't come close since. Well,
No.
the next year we
Always
were knocking
next
on
year.
heaven's door, but
No, we're knocking on Heaven's Hill Bourbon later, which is
Heaven's
actually
Hill, we'll knock on their doors.
Heaven's
Say,
Hill and Henry
hey,
McKenna later. This is interesting in the aroma. It tastes like, or it tastes like, the aroma tastes like. The aroma seems like there's still a yeast component going on in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's almost a breadiness to it,
Yep.
along with the grape, sweet.
It's complex. Yeah, there definitely has that sort of note to it.
Little copper penny in there too. There's something in there that reminds me like metallic,
That's
along with the grapes.
Spanish Chardonnay grapes.
It could be.
They'll do it to you every time.
There's a lot of doubloons in here.
Yes.
A lot of Spanish doubloons. It's infection sugar. If anybody wants to know.
Did Guardian just call you sugar? It's infection, comma, sugar.
It would be the first time. $3.99, correct, for the bomber bottle here, 25 ounces.
Yeah, I saw that's what it was. I can't remember, but yeah, that's usually about.
That's what I saw it on there.
Used to be, I think it was $2.99 back in the day.
12 fluid ounces per serving. 2 servings per containers are actually, well, it says 25.36.
Yeah, be a little bit more.
Seems like there's a little more in here. Someone needs to
Yes.
decide on that.
Yes.
240 calories. So 1 glass.
For the most part,
How much sugar you think's in there? And this is not like it's added or anything like that. It's just
No.
from the grapes or whatever.
I don't know, 20 grams?
Want 1 serving, right?
Yeah.
More.
Oh, more. Wow. Okay.
You keep going.
40
More.
grams of sugar per serving?
That's what it says. It says total carbs, 59 grams. Total
Oh, wow.
sugar is 59 grams. But then what's weird, it says per container, 100 grams. That math
Confusing.
does not work at all.
There's some other math on there that doesn't work too.
Yeah.
Because this said...
It was kind of hard to read the red there. But
Yeah. I don't know. There was something as I was walking up on
The
the calories part doesn't work per bottle and per serving.
it does not. It's 240 and 410.
Yeah, it
Maybe there's
doesn't
more
work.
sugar at the top. Like, what's going on?
I don't know. It's confused. Yeah, I know. Sometimes in
Who
this
made
case,
this label?
the label's not very good. So we'll just go. Hopefully that what's in it is correct on that label.
Is this even Chardonnay?
I don't know.
What can I trust
It
anymore?
might not be a Chardonnay grape.
If I can't trust the written word of the Trader Joe's label, what can I trust?
Usually it's just our cooking instructions that fall a little short.
Oh, do they sometimes?
Sometimes, yeah. I know that's what.
Like
I haven't heard
reheat
that
stuff or
comment
full-on
in
cooking?
like when you start, like from frozen. Allow this to go. That's what I've heard.
Well, that's
something
what I
easier.
heard.
I haven't heard it in a while, but
They caused an explosion. To safely pop the cork, keep chilled. Do not shake. Point bottle away from self and others. Remove hood. What do they assume I'm wearing a hoodie? That's kind of strange.
Disrobe.
Twist
What?
stopper out slowly.
Oh.
The rest of that's fine, but the assumption I'm wearing a hoodie is weird.
yeah. Disrobe. And
I
then
think I
open.
like this.
I don't know what I'm up against.
The label is for the sealed bottle. Well, I mean, yeah, it is.
It's good. I mean, something fun with a little fizz. For
It's
a little
definitely different.
celebration. Yeah, you could.
I thought it would be a little more carbonated. Based
Yeah,
on
I
when
thought so
poured
too.
Because doesn't it seem? I don't know if flat's too far.
It's not as super effervescent on the palate.
Damn it! I played custard pie roulette and lost. Well, I didn't lose. It's still a yummy custard pie, but it's all custard. I didn't get any boysenberry jam. Boysenberry and custard sounds like that would be a good combo. At least the custard was still good. That's kind of the key. At least if you're making a custard pie and that fails, you've kind of screwed up, probably.
Yes.
So at least that's more than 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Except I think that's about 80%.
At least it's not a mustard pie.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'd be bad. I think I texted you. I bought another of the Pumpalyptica.
You did? Did you get the same one?
I got the same one. They had the other two, the original,
There's
and
4
then like a
total when I
pecan.
was
Oh,
there.
there were 3 when I was there.
So when are we trying the other 2? Because you got those while you were there.
I didn't. I just got the
Why
one.
wouldn't you get? Why do you not do that? What is
Because I
your
like the
problem?
one we had.
And what if the other one's better?
But it's not pumpkin season anymore.
You're telling me there's not harvest still going on around the world and the country?
I don't know. I think all the pumpkins have been harvested.
I saw Lucky
No, I don't
putting
know.
up pictures on Twitter of him currently farming crops.
In the
there is
pumpkin
still,
patch?
there's no pumpkins, I don't think,
Okay.
in Nebraska. It's all corn.
Oh,
But when he was out and he literally was putting up pictures, I was like, okay, people are still harvesting. But this man won't buy
but
another pumpkin
No, it's
beer.
pumpkin though.
You're telling me
just-
that there are no pumpkins left in the patch?
I did not want to spend another $6.
Wow, this
No.
guy.
I bought what I liked because I knew we'd had it before. Thanks to the reliable sources at AboutBeverages.
That's true. It was good.
Being us.
Being us. Yeah, exactly. I watched the video.
I watched the video.
It looked familiar.
I participated in the video. It looks like me.
That was definitely one of the best pumpkin beers we had in quite a while.
There was another one there from like Roses by the Stairs or something, which is a Phoenix brewery, I think.
Oh.
I've had some good stuff from them, and that looked good. And I was like, oh, I'm going to buy this. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm not going to buy another pumpkin beer. I don't think we'll be podcasting. If we'd have been podcasting on it, maybe I would have, but
Could
anyways,
have.
but But
If it had
so
been
yeah, so I
offered
have
up,
one of those.
it's hard to podcast when it's not at the table.
It's true.
It's very difficult, but I understand. The baker I buy them from puts a layer of boysenberry jam beneath the custard. Oh, that's how you realize you got. You cut in and you're hoping to see that little bit of boysenberry
the difference in
goodness there,
color
and you're
there.
like, I've been had. And there's someone else that's like, I got no custard. You need to go find the other person and trade pies or like trade, I don't know, smash
Put
them
them
together
together.
somehow. Yeah, exactly. Roll them
Smashed
together.
pies.
Smashed pies. Before we started the stream, we almost got into a heavy conversation because we were talking about Thanksgiving stuff and holidays coming up and everything else. And obviously, that's why we do we do wine a lot throughout the season, but do a little bit more wine around this time. We try and find some of those nice either value bottles, or maybe even one that's a little bit more expensive. That's like, hey, this is a good one if you want to bring it over to somebody's house. And Zins are always really good for that, I feel. But some people sometimes don't think that Zins are great turkey wines for some reason.
And I don't know if it's the higher alcohol or just that they're heavier. I'm not sure, but you don't usually hear them often mentioned. But we're maybe going to change that. Who knows? We got to find out if this one's even good. But we've done Zinfandels at the past, and it works well, especially when you're getting into those heavier flavors and things.
So that's
toward the middle to the end of the meal. There, you need something with a little extra oomph.
That's exactly the point I was about to bring up when I was like, we should save this for the podcast so that was something to talk about. We're thinking of different pies. It's a bakery pie. It fits in my hand. Okay, so bakery pie here in the U.S. does not necessarily necessitate size at all. First bite in, I knew it. There's no tang of boysenberry. Boysenberry rum? Oh my God, is it a boysenberry rum kind of filling under the custard? But yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Like, especially with us, depending on it could just depend on how you normally flavor your food, how you season things, what kind of dishes are normally at your things. Like ours are usually, there are some nice, bright, the cranberry sauce things and some other, lighter dishes. But a lot of the stuff, between the pork sausage stuffing that happens and the turkeys that you guys make. And like I said, there's things that are involving bacon and onion, like these very heavier, flavorful things. Like I said, I like Pinot Noir, but sometimes that even starts to get lost for me, where it's like I usually have that a little bit before I'm about to completely dive in. And then it's like, once we're diving in, I like Cab and Zinfandel for that kind of stuff, just because that just adds a little bit more of a punch and sometimes kind of balances out.
Continues the arc.
Yeah, it does. Yep. This would be a good start to an arc. If you're going to be around for a good amount of a day, start with something that literally has no alcohol in it. And then kind of go up from there. I take a picture, but it's gone. I ate it during the Chardonnay conversation. It's fine. Yeah. So you liked it, at least the custard enough.
It's a hand pie.
I'm sorry you didn't get it. A hand pie.
Hand pie.
There's a lot of pie talk the last few weeks.
Well, of course. We're approaching.
That's true.
3 weeks from today, people. 3 weeks from today.
I know. Well, and some people, Canadians, already had their Thanksgiving.
Oh, my goodness.
I think they have theirs like the end of October.
Okay.
If Keebs or Aurora was here, they would comment on that. Because I remember seeing that, because it was a Monday, too, which is always odd.
Oh. So you have an extra long weekend then?
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, it's like on a Monday, and I swear it
should be on Friday, though. If you're going to do it.
I think so. Well, especially if that's the actual holiday. Because you're going to celebrate, you'll tell you, like, I gotta go back to work tomorrow.
Yeah. I guess maybe it gives you 2 days to prepare.
It's possible.
I don't know. Maybe
I can see that.
It's the Thanksgiving weekend.
It's a good pie. I just didn't get any boysenberry jam filling beneath the custard. Usually buy 2, but I'm watching my health, so I bought 1. Maybe the second one had the rum jam.
Yeah.
Whoa. You never know. See what happens. Sometimes I had a day this week when I felt like I was like, man, I'm trying to do the right things, and I feel like it's not working in my favor. I had a day like that. Nothing like specific that I want to go over, but like it was like one of those days where it's just like, God, I did these 2 things that I felt really good, and it feels like I'm getting like beaten the other way. And that's what happened there. You're like, I'm going to be good to myself. I'm not going to have a second pie, and then you didn't even get the thing you wanted.
Didn't get the custard.
Or didn't even get the boysenberry jam. The rum jam. That sounds very interesting.
I did something so right. It felt so right at the time, but now it's turned out to be so wrong.
Yeah, kind of that. Yeah,
Who is she and how many months?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it felt like a Cheers thing there. I was like, I felt like I was doing some pretty, and then all of a sudden I was like, nope, I'm going to kick you right here. Oh,
I think about that sometimes when I'm making these parlay bets. I think about, Woody when he gave Sam his money on Cheers to make that bet. And he didn't do it because it was a stupid bet. But then it wins.
Yeah. Are we thinking of the same firm? Slightly gelatiny custard? It's not. It jiggles. I mean, custards can be of any type. I did not have an exact custard in mind.
Yeah, it just depends on. Yeah, I guess how.
But the rum jam is really
The
what's
rum
got me
jam.
going. Yeah,
that's
really got
what's
me.
happened here. We
Yeah.
were missing the rum jam.
Because what kind of like so what
The
do we
boysenberry rum jam.
what do we usually have pie wise? We've got the chocolate pie, we have pumpkin pie. Usually there's a pecan
Apple
pie.
pecan pie,
A chocolate pecan pie?
Yeah. Yep.
There's like the chocolate pudding pie.
Yep.
And then what else? I'm trying to think of what other like. There's usually like
We had a Pocket made a pumpkin cheesecake last year.
pumpkin cheesecake. That was the other one.
There
too.
was that.
Bah, Americans.
Yeah, the apple. Yep. I don't know. Hopefully there'll be a lot more this year, though. We're going to need more. We need more. But
No,
people
now
will be bringing things.
now the thing is, as everyone brings stuff over, there'll just be like no cleanup because you just throw everything in the trash.
Yeah, that's
Because there's literally no food left. That's what you do.
nothing to take home. Nothing to see here.
That's the math you try and work out. Is like, okay, if we have this many people and this much food, we should come out to zero. Like it works out perfect.
Oh, a tart. Yes. A tartlet.
I guess a custard pie is what you guys would call a tart based on its size and its full circle form. Yeah.
Oh,
that'd be,
okay, yeah.
Oh, so that's more like those fresh fruit tartlets that they used to make.
We used to have different,
I know 100% then what that is. Okay. That makes more sense. See, look at that. We're, sometimes you got to cross the ocean and you kind of
long distance connection going on here.
food conversation.
That's right. And the end result is we just want to have a small tart.
A smart tart.
A smart tart. I am not a stupid tart.
Well, it's the crack about bimbos with big bottoms.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, sad news about Matthew Perry.
Yeah.
Not necessarily unexpected.
That did happen. I was like, well, expected how it happened, though, kind
Yeah.
of. Rum gives me a headache, but the pie'd be worth it. Okay. Well, that actually sounded a little bit like a pirate right
does.
there. Rum gives me a headache, but the pie'd be
The
worth
pie'd
it.
be worth it.
Arr.
Yes.
Arr, the gallicos.
Fair be warned, says I.
Yeah, exactly.
Perhaps he knows too much.
No, that was shocking. I was doing some Destiny raids last week with our group, and all of a sudden someone was like, "Oh, Matthew Perry is passed." I was like, "Really?" And we were like, "Oh my god!" Like, well, he had problems with things, and then all of a sudden someone was like, saying here he may have been in his hot tub, and I was like, well, that's seems odd. And it's like, well, I guess he had a heart attack.
Well,
and then,
yeah, and then
it's like, oh. That's why you never go near water without a friend. Oh wait. But more than one friend, though, at least.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, it seems like everything on my feed now, I've been going across. Like I said, it's like either people putting up clips or whatever, or stuff like that. Like there's been Joey sitting in the chairs and kicking back, but then Chandler's not next to him and him just looking over, like from that one where they kind of moved out. And there was one that was really eerie though, where I guess there's like, I don't know what season it's from, but he's like walking in or doing something. And they're in Rachel and Monica's apartment, and he walks by and knocks over all these dishes, and he goes, "Well, I guess I'm the first one to die."
Oh, where Chandler's?
Yeah, in like a Friends episode, I was like, "Ooh, that's creepy." That's not my fault. I've been playing Ratchet and Clank: The Quest for Booty. Okay, that's all right then. Gallicos, you can you have a pass then if you've been playing that. That makes sense. But yeah, that was unfortunately. It was obviously very, very funny actor. Someone our brother actually met a long time ago when Freds was in their heyday.
He did?
Have you ever heard that story?
I have not.
Oh, well, you should ask him sometime.
I
It's a
could
good story.
not be any more surprised.
Could you be any more surprised? Yeah, you could ask him on Saturday when we see him. Yeah, he actually waited on him when he was at Fuego.
Maybe that does sound. Wow. Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
that does go back many years.
Yeah, I think it was like maybe second, like it was pretty early on, like Seasons of Friends and stuff like that.
Wow.
But they were there. But yeah, it was like him and his family and stuff. So they were very nice.
Well, his dad's you recognize his face too. I
didn't know his dad was an actor.
Yeah, John.
Frank Perry.
No,
Private Eye.
John. Is it John Bennett Perry or Bennett? I don't know. So he actually played his dad in Fools Rush In. Have you ever seen?
I've seen that movie because it's got Selma Hayek in it.
His dad is his dad.
Oh,
and so that actor he was in. I think I saw Morgan Fairchild said he acted with me in Falcon Crest, and so he was like in a few things in the 80s, and obviously that's a much younger picture of him, but you might recognize his Keith Morrison.
Yeah, it's gonna start playing a video. I just wanted to see a picture. Okay, let's just go to images. Google. That's what I was looking for. Oh yeah. I don't know if I don't know if I could pick out what movies he was in, but
he
okay,
was also,
his face
I think he was in a friend. Oh, you know what? I think he also in at like season 5 or 6 or 4 or 5 when Rachel was dating the guy who did the voice for Hercules, Tate Donovan.
Curly haired guy.
Yeah, yeah. I think
he's like,
I think
I have 6 suits.
I think
I don't need to.
I think he played Tate Donovan's father.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, but yeah, it's. I think. Oh, also, did you watch Scrubs? I don't know if you watched Scrubs.
Like the first couple seasons or
Okay,
so.
because Matthew Perry was in a Scrubs episode.
Okay, that I don't remember.
And he actually played his dad in that too.
Sheesh.
All he did is play his dad.
I know. He's like,
He is his dad. Doesn't have to play it. He's his dad.
every fight you're like, you're not quite getting this right.
Yeah.
Like the director's like, you need to work on playing
Do you
his
even
dad.
know this kid?
Do you even
Have
know
you
him?
even met before?
Have you even met before?
I don't know if you know what it's like to play this guy's dad. Actually, I do.
I think you need to be a little nicer. Did you want some more?
I'll take a little shot.
Might be some carbonation here. I remember we got the higher sugar count.
The quest for carb.
We got the higher sugar count in the previous bit of the bottle, apparently. Well, other than that, sad news. Have you been doing anything else? Started any new shows or anything, or getting anything else on the road? Any other beverages? I know you.
Well, I bought
surprisingly, my brother does drink outside of this room.
A little bit.
Shocking.
Yeah,
I know.
I went more beer this weekend because we had some really fresh Dragoon.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you were getting the liver ready for the Saturday.
Yeah, no. God, no. I'd be abstaining. We had some fresh Dragoon, so I had one of those. We had a really fresh.
How fresh are we talking?
End of last month or at the beginning. I can't remember. I think it was beginning of October. And so
Okay.
that's pretty
Okay.
fresh.
That's getting close, apparently.
It's getting close. Yeah. That, and then I also bought a couple things at. You talked about Dark Sky. I actually bought a Dark Sky beer.
Oh, yeah. Paco was asking about that.
And it wasn't. Paco. I think they said Pocket. I was like, when was Pocket asking?
She was asking about Dark Side beer.
It was a rye something. Rye. It was like a double rye, and it was okay. It didn't do
Double rye like IPA or
Yeah.
Okay.
Double rye IPA, and it was okay.
the rye IPA from Tombstone. Oh,
I
so
know.
good.
And remember the one from the Ruthless Rye.
I missed that one. I actually,
Yeah.
maybe
was
I
good.
don't. It might be in a drawer somewhere. I had a shirt. That was like one of the few shirts, like Sierra Nevada shirt. Because that Ruthless Rye graphic was really cool.
It was
like I
cool.
said, that was definitely one of our favorite.
I had
ryes.
something from Toppling Goliath. It was, this meeting could have been an email. That was
That's
that
pretty
was
good.
I've had better stuff from
This
them, but it
meeting
was
could have
good.
been an email. That's amazing. That's amazing.
And, actually, what I really like is I had a collab because I always try to find that when I'm spending $5-6, I always try to find that $3 to $4, and I found
Trying to offset your total investment.
It was a Karl Strauss and Harland Brewing collab. It was a cold IPA, and it was actually very good. It was
So obviously a lager.
It was Brisky Business.
That's clever.
But it had a lot of good
Okay.
aroma. It was, and it's funny. And Fitz had mentioned that too.
Who was it from again?
Harland, and in collaboration with Karl Strauss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Carl.
Used to be the brewer to Disney, the Paradise Pier.
Oh, yeah.
They always have all those Karl Strauss beers.
Oh, and that's actually kind of exciting. I know, we'll probably have plenty of beer while we're at dinner and stuff. But when we go over to the football game, we could try the new Pueblo Vita beers that are going to be there at the game.
Oh,
They finally have been brewed, and I saw them put that up there. That Wildcat something like what? I don't know if it's sessionable
Wildcat
or what
Pale
it
Ale?
is.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
They stole my friend's
They
beer.
stole his beer.
He hasn't made that
Jay.
in forever. I actually asked him about that. He hasn't made that in a few
I
years.
asked him.
Did you ask him when you're on the phone too?
No, I think it was
Okay.
when I think at the party here.
Oh,
I think I asked him about it then. Yeah, and because I don't know, I thought about that, but he probably couldn't use that name. They probably
No, but yeah, they'll probably, like I said, those should be there, so we could try that. That might be something kind of new and interesting.
if the arc already hasn't come to an end by that time.
The arc will have ended,
We're
but
going
I'm,
in the right order this time.
I'm sure I'll trick somebody into getting a beer and we'll split it or something. We should at least have that for science.
Can we
as,
have two
Thomas
straws,
Dolby
please?
would say. 1 can, 2 straws. What is this? What is this? NDT podcast. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. But yeah, that's pretty funny. Well, should we go get an actual little wine alcoholic beverage of some sort?
I think we should.
Perhaps. First full podcast of the evening. We're going to go get that and start recording. Yes, sir. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. So yeah, let's take a quick break. Go grab some glassware. Go grab the wine. And yeah, anything else? Do we need anything else?
Maybe a corkscrew.
Oh, does it actually have a cork?
Yes.
Perfect. I like to hear that. All right. We'll be right back. Did you need to pick up your phone and throw it down?
No, I'm trying to stop that. Trying to break that habit.
Oh, yeah. Thank you guys all for hanging out. Appreciate it. It is, again, like I said, Thursday evening once again. We have enjoyed, I thoroughly enjoyed actually for $4 that sparkling Chardonnay.
Yeah.
Grape juice. Non-alcoholic was nice. A great option for people if they want to have something around the holidays at their table. They want to bring something over for either the kids themselves or if they don't drink or don't want to. I always think it's kind of funny. Like, I guess there must be like a stigma. Like if you either don't drink, don't want to drink, something like that, but then you feel like you need to make it look like you are or something. I feel bad that is a thing. And honestly, like I've heard people talk about that. It's kind of, it's not sad for the person. It's sad that society makes them feel that they have to, like, if they don't have even if it's a fake cocktail or the mocktail, like all that kind of stuff. It's like,
I think it's just having that thing in your hand.
I guess.
What is it? By not having a can of Coke or
right.
I have Waterloo. I guess you could just try to make it cool, but you shouldn't have to make, if you don't want to have it, you shouldn't have to have it.
Exactly.
There should be no
nothing
such pressures.
better to do. Guardian down that is accurate. That's fine. It's fine if you have nothing better to do. We appreciate that you have nothing better to do and you come in here and support. Yeah, so it is kind of wine time once again. Should I open this before?
I think so.
Okay, you're telling me I should.
Let's get it airing just a touch.
Just a touch. A careless touch whisper.
I keep seeing on the chat, the quest fait booty. That's fait booty.
So I have another holiday type question for you.
Uh-oh. Holiday question.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
So do you already start playing holiday music? Christmas music, Hanukkah, whatever it might be? Christmas specifically is usually the biggest offender right now.
Usually don't.
Are you already hitting that after the 31st of October?
I have not, no.
No! Another holiday.
I usually like the day after Thanksgiving.
After Thanksgiving, you put up your tree, you do whatever else. If that's what you do. Not against anyone else, you celebrate any other holidays. Happy holidays to everybody. It doesn't matter.
This year it's early, so you have more time in between. Because with being the 23rd.
Excellent point.
So yeah, normally I put my tree up like the weekend after Thanksgiving, but I don't think that's going to happen this year because we'll still have Thanksgiving guests at the house. So we'll have to put it back off.
That's usually my that's usually, oh my God.
Trying to get closer to my microphone.
I guess. That's usually my Friday move is usually at least getting out some decorations, which usually it's a little bit of a like, I just want to relax. Or like, no, we should get it done. You know, like I'm that,
then you revel in
I'm
it.
that person. I'm kind of like, I'm not a morning person per se, but I am kind of like, let's get this done kind of person, which can be annoying as well. So now you learn over the years, married to, like I said, your partner, you kind of learn about like what works best when you want to actually achieve your goals. So I've learned that if I go like, well, let's just get out the tree and like maybe this, and we could do the other stuff tomorrow, or I'll take it. If you separate it out, then it doesn't seem like as big a job. And then surprisingly, sometimes you actually get more going on and done than you expected. Because once you start the process, then they're kind of like, well, yeah, we can do a little bit.
Sometimes.
Just pick your battles.
And like you said, getting to know and working on a balance.
Exactly. There. And I'm sure unbeknownst to me, she does the same thing. And I didn't realize that she's tricked me into something else. Yeah, I didn't even realize. There's probably the exact same story. Maybe like
you're getting out of the comfort zone.
Yeah. Maybe sometime we have to have both our wives on the podcast and like at the same time. And we just all have this giant group of tasting things. And then all of a sudden have it turn into like, all right, what's the thing that I do? One of those kind of conversations. Yeah, psychology.
Sharing, yes.
Yeah, we have to admit something like that, and then they're like,
for Festivus, the airing of the grievances.
It is the airing of the grievances. Yeah, that I'd be more down for right after October. Maybe after Halloween, you have the airing of the grievance. You have like an early Festivus into Thanksgiving, and then when does Festivus actually happen? It's the 23rd, right? Is that the day before?
I can't remember, but yeah, somewhere in. Somewhere in the Festivus for the rest of us.
Festivus isn't over until you pin me, as they say. All right. Let us knock out a podcast here. And here, so they don't clink. Can't clink. No Sergeant Clink glasses there.
Colonel Clink.
Oh, was it Colonel Clink?
Sergeant Schultz.
That's Colonel Schultz. I downgraded one and upgraded the other.
That's right. Hogan.
I don't think I ever watched that show.
It was not like when I
mean,
was
I know that was not like
younger.
necessarily my era, but I catch a lot of that stuff. That one I don't think I've ever really seen.
When I was younger, like, you know, probably like 10, 12 years old, it was on in the mornings at like 6:30 on one of the local stations.
That's when you want to have a Nazi comedy going on. This is nice, bright and early in the
Remember
morning.
that drum?
Yeah, that I remember. Wasn't it like a little whistle or something like that? Yeah. December 23rd. Okay, that's the airing of the grievances. Gotcha.
Yes. And then Bob Crane. Ooh.
He had quite a story.
Yeah.
He had quite a tale to tell.
Yeah.
Or a tale to show or something. I'm not sure exactly what that was all about.
Wow.
Don't look that up. Don't Google about him.
There was a movie about him, right?
Wasn't Ben Affleck in
Craig
that?
Kinnear, I think, was.
Oh.
I think played him. I think.
No.
There was a movie he was in.
There is. I know there is.
Like, it has something to do with like a camera
We'll try this again.
term or something. There we go.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't it Shutter or No, Shutter Island. The spooky tale of... Oh, wait. No, that was a movie about Bob Crane. Let's go.
Not Fargo.
Autofocus?
Autofocus. There we go. That's the one, yeah.
Paul Schrader.
With Greg
Greg Kinnear.
Kinnear.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe, Rita Wilson. Oh,
Maria Bell. There's a lot of famous people in that.
it is.
Willem.
Bob Crane brought him out.
Yeah.
They all wanted to be in his films. And then they snuffed him out. Wait, was he shot?
I think he was beaten with a camera tripod or something. I believe that's what it was. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if there was any shooting involved. There was
And that's what we've got for this
shooting.
Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
Yeah. And I'm Keith, and we are about previous murders.
Yeah, oh, God.
And I'm Keith.
That'd
Morrison.
be what Pocket would be watching before she goes to bed if we talked about
Keith,
murder mystery stuff. She would just pass right out.
But after Hogan's Heroes, it all went very badly. Oh, that pesky DNA. What's his name?
That he put everywhere.
God.
It
was Bill Hader does a really good Keith Morrison.
Oh,
impression.
God.
He was on Dan Patrick.
They've met
doing
each
that.
other, too. He was so excited. There's video of him, and it's very funny.
So good, yeah.
Yeah, I still also like, what was the To Catch a Predator stuff? Those are also good. I'm Chris Hansen.
Yeah. Were you thinking you'd meet someone here today?
Why are you here tonight? Why did you bring alcohol and chicken McNuggets and cookies? So it's like, why do you have milk, cookies, and scotch?
What were you coming here to do? Nothing.
She said she was 85 and needed some help with her hip. Well, that's not in the transcript. So when he pulls out the transcripts, you're like, oh, God, this is about to get gross. It's like, this is going to another level. How did we get on this track? I blame Bob Crane.
It's all Bob Crane's fault. How did we even get on the subject of Bob Crane?
I don't even know how we got there.
Hogan's. Oh, you said clink glasses. Okay.
Damn it, Sushi. Did I get it in time? No.
That was it, because you said Sergeant Clink.
That's what it
Or did I say
was.
Colonel
Is that what
Clink?
I said?
Yeah.
Okay, but it was Colonel Clink.
So then that went, these glasses not making a noise are responsible for
Oh my God. Do you realize that is how our brains work?
That
By ours, I mean mine. All right, now I got to fix this. Let's fix this, and then we'll get in the podcast. And I think I actually have an introduction, but I may forget it by the time that I actually fix this. Let's see. Save. And I can come back over here, and I can do that again.
This is going to be worse than that time I was stuck behind Robert Lozier at the airport.
May I have your name, please?
Robert Lozier.
Can you spell that for me?
Certainly. That's Robert Lozier. R as in Robert Lozier. O as in, oh my God, it's Robert Lozier.
B as in, by God, that's Robert Loggia. E as in, everybody loves Robert Loggia. R as in, Robert Loggia. T as in, Tim, look over there, it's Robert Loggia. Space. L as in, look,
Space.
it's Robert Loggia.
Guardian down with the exclamation point. Where's Loggia command?
Where is
Did
Loggia?
not think that would be one. All right. Podcast time. Did I say I had something?
You did.
Damn it. No, I think I do.
He's
Hold on,
got it.
Gotta figure out how I want to phrase it.
Yeah, baby, he's got it. Planty
When I
says hello.
oh,
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. No,
It
it's
said
fine.
Planty says hello.
Oh, hi, Planty.
Hello, Planty.
When I think of Zinfandels, which I do often throughout the year, let me start that again. When I think of places that are famous for Zinfandel, like growing the grapes, like all that kind of stuff, Amador County is not one of the places I would have thought of with the wine that you brought today. Is that known as a region?
It is known as a Zinfandel growing region.
Is it near Lodi? Like I always think of Lodi. I think of,
I'm stuck in Lodi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that too. Yeah.
Lodi is also well known, and a lot of California is known for that. But yeah, Amador County. In fact, I'm looking. I wanted to know where it was.
Okay, where is
So
it
I brought up a
exactly?
little map. It's southeast of Sacramento.
Oh,
And
okay.
extends actually kind of close to the Nevada border, sort of near Lake Tahoe.
Oh,
In the general region, if you bring up a map, you will see all these things together. So yeah, I have heard of this as being a good area for Zins.
well, thankfully, Trader Joe's has as well, and they have a wine that they are bringing, kind of little limited supply, exclusive to the store. And yeah, we've got it for this. Give it a shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we're about today is the Trader Joe's Petit Reserve Zinfandel, as we said, from Amador County. And this is the 2021 vintage.
Now, a lot of the information we have about this is kind of takes place during the summer, apparently. I'm not sure why, if that was like when it was first released in some parts of the country and it just kind of came on a
Possibly.
stagecoach, took longer to get to
Yeah, it
Southern
just took
Arizona.
a little bit longer to get
Okay,
to
sure.
from California to here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the information. So it was originally released in June of 2023. This actually just showed up at our store in Southern Arizona in late October of 2023. But, you know, Zinfandel is year round, as long as it's cool enough, which it is here in the tasting
Here in
room.
the tasting
So-
room. That is correct. Yes. I agree. I agree with that 100%. Looks a little maybe on the lighter side than I'm
It is
used
on
to
the lighter
color-wise,
side.
when you
Okay,
say?
well, yeah, we're done. No, I'm just kidding.
well, that,
We need to drink this in the summer.
This definitely looks like it'd be a much more
Well,
refreshing Zinfandel. To that point, once we get to the aroma and taste, in my head, and I would think yours as well, this is going up against a few heavy hitters that we definitely like for not only value, but flavor-wise when it comes to Zinfandel.
Right.
If you go to AboutBeverages.com, you can see all the wines that we've tried throughout the years. But specifically in the last year or two, we've done some direct comparisons from the same vineyard, multiple different levels of Zinfandels, and found some that we really, really love that are easy to find everywhere. So this has a lot to live up to, even if it is an exclusive like this. So
But we're always happy to do some Zinfandel research.
I will always do that for sure. Aroma?
Yes.
Planty, how's your evening going? It is good to see you. Hopefully it is going well.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, like a guitar.
Wow, actually that looks exactly like guitar. That's weird. Aroma smells like feet.
Oh, no. I hope not. Meat, good.
That's the
Custard,
exact.
good.
Yeah, jam, good. Then he finishes it all.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh." And then Joey's just like, I like it.
Yeah. Rosa. This will be.
Yeah. Well, we'll be going up that way a little bit when we do that Napa tour.
Oh, okay.
It's like if we're at a stop, all of a sudden I look over, if I see Russian River, all of a sudden I just go run across the street.
The door's open.
Yeah.
Just put it in drive.
Yeah.
Park. I mean,
Yeah,
not drive.
just put it in park.
Put it in park.
There
and
are
then
a few stops along the way. If that is a chance, I would do it. That would be funny.
There'll be these signs. Andrew, only 30 miles this way to Russian River.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be the one person that's like, like the commercial, this little tear coming down my cheek. Yeah. Well, we'll be on a bus tour, so I'd have to stop everybody else.
See the second largest. Oh, you bus tour. Okay.
Yeah,
right.
it's like because it's doing. We're going to, in like about a week and a half. We'll be in do the Muir Woods, and then from there you go up into Napa.
Okay.
And there's I think three stops there, and there's like a lunch and some other things too. That, like I said, we're doing, but yeah.
You're like, I'm Ubering over to.
Yeah, where'd he go? Because they always do a head count every time you get back on. They're like,
Just a little cut out.
Little straw dummy. No one would know the difference. Okay. Check the back label here, make sure everything matches. These days, Trader Joe's can't be trusted.
Serving size? 1 bottle.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
That's accurate. Serving size 1 bottle. Okay.
Right.
We did just open this, which I'm sure you'd probably be about to say. Because it's 15.3% alcohol.
Yeah.
I think that does come through.
Yeah.
Like, so
that's definitely there.
I think that's there, but it carries along with it though some nice aromas. There's blackberry, some cherry.
I got a little raspberry in there.
Okay, yeah.
But overall, a nice blend of fruit,
of darker fruits
with that alcohol, a little bit of heat there.
I think that would
so far.
Yeah, I think that would dissipate if we had let this sit open a little bit longer. So.
Yeah, I think so too.
To the taste,
absolutely.
You should start doing reviews where it's aroma only.
And we're done.
We smell, and we're like, and if you want to find out what the taste is, stay tuned to part 2. Like, do a part 2.
Or we just pour it and then we taste it and then we sniff it and then we look at it and we're done. No, do it in reverse.
Or we take a sip, spit it right back in there, and like one tasting only. Funny. This wine is making me thirsty. Thanksgiving, you should just have all the families separated. It's like,
well, I might shake out that way. I don't want
like
that.
There's cards on all the tables, and it's like, what is this card here? It's like, oh, that's your group. do we have to ask? Party of 4? Come in, party of 6. Like, oh, over here we have a table right over here. Do we need to bring some chairs?
That's probably the one area we will be a little shy in. Bring this one.
Can you bring that chair? You're like, are you kidding?
Special chair.
I don't know if it'll make it.
We'll definitely need some chairs. Yeah.
Or at least maybe some, what do you call it? Beanbag chair.
Yeah, right.
Beanbag chair, the worst Thanksgiving Day chair to sit in.
And then getting out of it. Oh. Yeah. All right, I'm just going to surrender to it.
Can someone help me?
I'm not getting out.
Pull me up, please. Although you could probably just roll to the side out of there as long as you don't have the plate in your hand.
Yeah. Set the plate down and then roll.
Sorry, was in a gambit match. You're fine, Planty. You're fine. Planty actually on their Halloween ran out of candy. They were giving out like these amazing gift bags. I was like, well, I said, people talk. This day and age, there's probably texting going on saying
go over to this address.
Oh my God, go to Planty's house. I mean, it's got candy bars. And it was like 4 or 5 different candies in a little bag with a thing. And I was like, oh my God. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Oh, okay.
Day went okay. Same old, same old. How are you guys? Doing good.
Yeah. We, Halloween, kind of fun because our son wound up being off, and then he came up to the house. We ordered some Chinese takeout food. We watched a little Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, and we had some trick-or-treaters, which they seem to start later this year. And then we had one big rush, and then like a little, and then we're like, well, we're done. And then we thought, okay, we got enough candy, and Ben left, and we gave him we had extra candy, so we gave him the candy. All of a sudden, another wave. And we were like, so we were rushing to make more bags, and then it died off after that.
Oh,
we were okay, but yeah, it was a little.
102 bags
That's
were
a
given.
lot. Wow,
Isn't that crazy?
That is a lot of bags. Wow, good.
I remember, like, I mean, it was always just so up and down every year. You'd be like, you know, you'd start toward the end, you'd be like, here, and you'd start, oh, take a couple, like where you start giving out more, and then I'll say, like, wait, where are all these people coming from?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I am too.
You sure?
I am.
I am third.
You know, when off camera there, you said something about, you know, the pretzels are making me thirsty, Joe.
Yeah.
But this is making my mouth water, actually.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
And I don't usually get that from red wine, but I think that's pretty good. I'm not really getting the alcohol in the taste. I'd like a little more spiciness, and I'd like it to have a little more body, but it's got some really nice fruit, though. And I think once it even opens up a little bit more, I think it will express that even in a little bit more detail. But that's pretty good.
I would actually agree. Like I said, yeah, I like it. I'd like a little bit more fruit. I'd like a little bit more of the spice, and the body to me is kind of the thing where I'm like, this isn't quite as much, you know, Zinfandel as I would expect. Like we were talking earlier on the podcast, on the live show that we do on Thursday evenings, that it's like, I like that with the heartier, like Thanksgiving meals and the holiday meals, because it, you know, can fight through a little bit more of sometimes the spices and the heavier flavors and things like that. This one I think would do fine, but yeah, I wish it had a little bit more body. But I'm sure is this one of those $7-8 kind of
$8?
Okay, yeah. Like
this is almost like a Pinot Noir with some Zinfandelian characters.
So I was gonna say that, and I was like, I'm probably being too generic, and I was like, I don't want to say it, because I thought you were gonna be like, I don't know about that. That's so fun. I was literally gonna make that exact, because the body to me is almost Pinot Noir.
It's lighter, and it has some good fruit. Or at least I think it has some good fruit, and it's going to open up a little bit more. That alcohol is not, but because of that body, because it's missing some spiciness, it's as I like to say, Pinot Noir adjacent.
Oh my gosh, this guy right
here. But it's good. It could still easily be, find probably earlier on at the Thanksgiving table during the arc.
No, I think it is definitely a solid option. And if you're looking for other options, if it comes to wines, spirits, waters, sodas, anything at all in the beverage world, go check out AboutBeverages.com. You can find anything we have done there ever, even recipes and other little news things. Although we don't do the news stuff quite as much anymore. But if you want to find some funny news articles that we used to do, you can go check those out. They're kind of a little out of date now, but they're still funny. So I enjoyed my titles that I used to write for some of those.
Last year I was tweeting links to that guy when he was posting his best bourbons, at certain price points and things like that. But I haven't done that in a while, but we'll should get back to that because it's good to share those beverage news information stories. So
that is very true. But if you only want the latest videos, YouTube is the best place to go. Go hit subscribe. You'll get everything delivered right to you with a little notification if you choose to have it in your inbox. So go check that out, or just go there at your leisure and check out the shorts that we do, the quick little reviews. All those things can be found there. If you only want audio, Google Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify are great options. If you have another podcasting app that you enjoy using, just search for About Beverages. You'll probably find us there. And if you don't, let us know. We'll try and figure out what we're doing wrong, and we'll try and get on there as quick as possible. And usually in those search engines, some other stuff kinds of coming up too that you could follow maybe.
The social media pillars.
That's correct.
The three that we have, which are TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, which is the one that we use most often to keep you up to date on what is going on here at About Beverages. Like earlier this evening when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which we do most Thursday evenings, now around 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern. Maybe next week it'll be 6:30. I don't know. Who knows? 4:30 Pacific-ish.
If you're following all these social media things, you'll know exactly when it'll happen.
You'll know when it's going to happen. Just be ready.
That's right.
Those shows are when we get together and we try some beverages and hang out, have some fun. Also, throughout the week, Andrew's going to keep you up to date on what he is doing in the gaming world and what he will be drinking while he is doing those adventures and things and stuff. So for all the latest at About Beverages, follow us on Twitter.
But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should give it a shot.
And that is a podcast.
And 1% Petit Syrah.
And I saw
99%
that.
Zin.
Yeah, they just They just couldn't do it.
Couldn't quite do it.
There was some that feels like a very DW kind of thing where it's like, we should probably just put it.
Tweak
like,
it just.
Yeah, and it's like, really? Do we have to? Do you know how much more work it adds to this blend? Now it's a blend, like that whole bit.
Yeah.
Like, oh
There's
man.
a little bit of the pairing suggestions.
Prosciutto wrapped figs, stuffed mini peppers, grilled pork chops with prune zin reduction. I expect planning to make that as soon as possible. Let's see, what else? What do they say for tasting notes? Blackberry, plum, supple tannins showing flavors of cherry pie, cocoa and blueberry. Do you get cocoa out of there, really?
Mm-mm.
I don't really get anything cocoa. Ew, Gambit. I know.
I saw somebody back at their car. It said, "Ew, David."
Oh, nice. You guys watched that show, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I like this. I don't know if I'd pick it out specifically as a Zin.
I don't know if I could either. That's a really,
But
it was so funny. I was like, guys, kind of reminds me. I was like, I'm probably like, I was like, I'm probably like knocking it down a little or whatever. But
I don't think it's
probably
knocking it
like a
down.
well-bodied Pinot Noir, actually, to be honest.
But it is. You can see why they were promoting this as a good, like summertime,
Very much
wine
so.
with grilled
Yeah, I think.
foods and maybe even a pizza or something like that.
Yeah, I think they were on the mark with all that
Yep.
kind of stuff. Crocodile, good evening, y'all. Good evening, Crocodile. How's it doing? Good to see you. Yeah, I think this is I like this though. It's good for what it is, especially that price point.
Yeah.
What is the OZV at now? Which is obviously still one of our favorites. Is that when it's
Still
10?
$9.49.
I mean, like that's what's so hard. Like that's why I was like,
Yeah.
unless this thing just like knocked out of the park, like you'd be like,
Yeah.
I would never not pay another $2.50 for that.
$1.50.
$1. Oh, this one's $8. I was thinking $7.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
$8
Yeah.
and $9.50.
Yeah. I'll give you about $1.50. Give you $1.50. Yeah. it'd be
We
hard
have some
not to
others
do
if
that.
like for next week if you want to try, something different. Oh my gosh, Lucky.
Lucky. Oh, Lucky.
We
Thank you for the
are
subs.
And the material goes to spare.
Lucky. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. That is super, super nice.
Even after a
Those are all
week
for-
of football where he was probably not very happy.
When was last week the Denver game?
Yes, I was trying to be subtle.
I was told this is a place to donate to help with the Bears quarterback situation.
Ooh,
That's fair. We need all the help we can get, Lucky. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah,
Thank
especially
you
when Chris Collinsworth is telling
to watch the shitty backup.
telling Justin Fields to take a lesson from
Oh
Bajent.
my God.
Like, oh,
That
okay.
was ridiculous.
I'm sure Justin Fields appreciates that.
Yeah. Lucky, thank you for the 5 gifted to Zeph, Immaterial Ghost, who you were just singing a song about. Ascend 77, N7 Perseverance, and Butt Coffee. Butt
I
Coffee.
hope it's
Lucky, thank you so much.
not butt coffee.
No, I think it's because actually I've rated them before, so that's nice to
Okay.
see them. But yeah, I think it's kind of more like like where you'd say, but this.
But
It's kinda
butt
like
coffee.
Yeah, it's not BUTT, butt
Okay.
coffee.
Phew.
His dad's segment on Arm Wrestling NFL Network was great. Yeah, he seems like I said, there's nothing. Tyson Bagent seems like a totally nice guy. His dad seems very funny and like I saw some of that stuff too. Like I said, all that's fine and good, but it's like he's not. Like he's gonna, more than likely just be, a good solid backup quarterback. Like he's better than some of those guys, but he's not. I don't think he's a starter, but we'll find out. He has to start again this week against the Saints,
Really?
who actually have a pretty good
Okay.
defense. Yeah, I guess
Okay.
the hand or something like that. Who knows? He seems more like a Washington starter. Yeah, I'm surprised that trade didn't happen. We'll see how Montez Sweat plays. Gonna make you Montez Sweat.
Yeah, now I went ahead and
Baby.
put some money on Bears to win the Super Bowl.
That was a weird choice.
No, I'm just
I
kidding.
was like, I haven't even done that.
No, I wouldn't do that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He's like, it was only $1.
Although the Vikings were making their move, and then Kirk Cousins decided
Cousins
to hurt his.
Decided to do
he
a.
went Aaron Rodgers.
He went Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
He did.
Hey.
Lucky, I enjoyed your photos as I always do, and we were talking about you earlier of your farming work. I always enjoy those. Lions v Chiefs. I'm sticking to it. I would enjoy watching that. That would be pretty fun.
You need to put some money down on the Lions. Then I'm thinking of putting some money down on the Ravens, the Seahawks, and the Jaguars.
You talking about for the Super Bowl?
Yeah, just
Do you pick them
future
to win
stuff.
or get there? Like
Usually to
what do you
win
do?
is the better
Okay.
stuff, and then you can hedge it for something. And you just throw like a little bit here and there, and
Couple $100
it's
on each
entertaining.
one.
Yeah, a
something
little
like
bit,
that.
just a little bit.
$200-$300
Yeah.
on each one. Yeah, something
That's
like
all.
that. A little spending money.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was enjoying looking at your pictures and you put those up. I always enjoy that of the farming. Ravens are a classic first round out. He's saying don't waste your money.
They certainly put a whooping on the Lions a couple weeks ago, though.
I know. The Lions are kind of a little bit of an enigma because they've kind of dropped back down to earth a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, they had that, game against the Chiefs, and like I said, and they looked pretty good, and then all of a sudden it was like,
Getting a little like,
and Lucky
maybe
too.
more
I'm sure he's got to
licoricey?
be a huge fan of the Bears sent Matt Nagy back to them. What is Andy Reid thinking? Why does he keep this guy around? You know who looks bad? The Bills.
The Bills.
They're very up and down and weird.
Yeah.
And they're like having like infighting stuff too again, aren't they? Wasn't like a
Oh,
couple
I don't
weeks
know,
ago?
are they? Wow.
Yeah. Agreed.
Oh, Lucky's angry.
Oh, Lucky is correct. Lucky's highly correct with that observation. Clown.
Anger.
I think when Lucky yells clown in chat's one of my favorite things. This clown over here. It's like,
He actually gave him an extra G there, right?
I don't know.
I think
I think it is only one G.
Yeah.
You're right.
G.
How do we go from the other guy, Eric Bieniemy, to Nagy? I don't know.
Because the enemy left.
Although he doesn't look like he's. Oh, I mean, I guess their offense is looking pretty decent.
Yeah.
Sam Howell's doing pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think that was an intentional move. I don't think they chose. I don't think they said, "Oh, do we want Bieniemy or Nagy?" Oh, let's go with Nagy. I think it was.
Well, I think from what I heard was Bieniemy kept getting like outed for or not getting jobs because they were like, "Well, are you actually the play caller?
Right.
Is it Andy Reid's offense?" So he was like, even though he made this lateral move, it was literally like, well, if he can show that he can run an offense and do what he does somewhere else, then like this next season, when the Bears hire him, then that'll probably work out, I suppose. Should have hired that guy stealing signs in Michigan. I've just barely heard some of the stuff about that. Have you been following any of that? Like how there's like some sort of...
Not really.
And then other people are like, well, no, they like it's regular scouting, and it's like if you're going to be that bad with your play calls and be that obvious, like so I don't know. Like I said, maybe he's actually
That guy.
Sniff that grog. Bona, how's it going? Good to see you. Cheers.
Sniffing the red grog.
Sniffing the red Zinfandel.
No.
What is that you're sniffing? What you be sniffing? What you be buying?
You know the song "Time of the Season" by?
It's a time of the season.
So is there a guy in the background who's part of it? And he goes,
yeah, it's like I think it's Will Ferrell also. He does the cowbell.
Okay.
And when he did that on "Don't Fear the Reaper," and then he goes over he goes, was that the zombies? No.
Yeah.
He goes over there and he's like, you know what this song needs? It needs more.
doom, doom, doom. What's your name?
Cheers, lads. Cheers to you too, Bona. Hopefully you're doing well.
Yes.
Hopefully your Halo has been going very much, very well. Supposedly had a ring of like 60 people going to games and videotaping Zion. Well, if that's true, then that's weird. That's very strange. Eric Bieniemy is on the same overrated scale as Josh McDaniels. Ooh, I think that's... I mean, it always remains to be seen. Josh McDaniels has already proven he's a terrible coach.
Right.
Whereas Eric Bieniemy, at least as an offensive coordinator for a Washington team that does not have a lot of great players, like he's made Sam Howell actually look... Well, he puts up 30 and 40 fantasy points a week. That's all I can look at.
Is he your quarterback?
He's one of our quarterbacks.
Oh, okay.
Did you want a little more?
Yeah, a little more.
He's one of our quarterbacks that makes it difficult every week on picking a quarterback. Because every week it's like, well, I guess we should put Burrow back in. He's getting like 30 points again.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like,
he's back.
well, Howell actually did better than him this week, even though he put Burrow in. I think it was like 10 points. Howell put up like 40 points.
Redskins score a lot of points again.
Yeah.
Oh, the Guardians. I mean, not the Guardians.
Have you heard McDaniels speak?
The Commanders.
I agree. No, Josh McDaniels, I think, is a complete tool. I don't think we should downgrade Eric Bieniemy that far. That was, if that got misinterpreted. No, I don't, like I said, I don't know enough about him to say if he's on that level. I know Josh McDaniels an idiot and a tool and was cheating. He was cheating when he was with the Broncos. Like, speaking of like learning how to videotape people like Bill Belichick, he was cheating.
There we go. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, that's the point I'm making.
Say that, we Josh McDaniels has had 2 chances at being a head coach and it hasn't gone well, but he's done well as a coordinator. And then sometimes
sometimes that's where you are.
That's where you are. There's nothing wrong with that.
What's the old joke or not the old joke, the old saying, what is it? Better to be thought a fool than to open your mouth and prove it so.
And remove all doubt.
And remove all doubt. Yeah, exactly. So, no, I hope he gets a job somewhere. Like I said, at least, like I said, there's been so much talk over the years of him. And like I said, it seems like he has an offensive mind and all that kind of stuff. Like, let him do it. To be fair, McDaniels had Tim Tebow a quarterback. He did, but he was actually like they
made the playoffs, though.
Players that were with them have said that he literally was cheating. That he was actually like they said because they were like they're like he'd go in the film room and he'd tell us this stuff and whatever and he'd be like, okay, if you see him do this, he's doing like it was like very specific stuff and they're like, how does he know, man? This guy knows football. And they go and it would happen. And they were like it was that when they were 6-0, like remember the Broncos started off, and then all of a sudden they went down because like then this guy got caught and it was because he was having them like scout and like cheat and take
okay.
and the guys were like, yeah, they're like he was literally cheating, like he had the tape, he knew what they were doing. He's like, no wonder he was such a good coach for 6 games. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I forget who. I think it was like some of the defensive players from the Broncos from that season. They're like, yeah, we thought he was like, oh my god, I just like seeing stuff, and like no one's like, no, he had the tape. It's like, yeah, it's ridiculous, ridiculous. Yeah, I like this. Alcohol's definitely like that. Has definitely dispersed.
Yeah, it was more in the nose to me than it was a little heat, but that's where it at least initially was.
Little heat. Do they have that? No, they don't have that commercial.
Little heat.
Oh man! So we started off with a sparkling Chardonnay grape juice, so non-alcoholic. That is also from Trader Joe's. Correct. So a little something there for the holiday table. The Zinfandel, which is a limited selection, but wound up being pretty good. Maybe not near our favorite, but I think definitely would have been the summertime wine that they talk about.
Absolutely.
Would have fit into that. And then we are going to be moving on here in just a minute to a bourbon, the Henry McKenna Bottled and Bond 10-year single barrel bourbon. This is one I was able to get during one of the allocation mornings when I got up super early, met some friends. We stood in line every once in a while, at least here in the U.S. And Jabs actually even talked about this. Like I said, if you go to his Twitter as well, he had something different. Like I said, he's in Virginia area. But like I said, bottles that are a little more coveted, eventually they will usually get allocated out. They'll go to different, like I said, different stores. There'll be a very limited quantity. If you know when they're going to get there, you kind of are ready for it. Sometimes they do it as more of like, this is happening and they want to drum up support for it, which is kind of what happened here. Like I said, this distributor was like, hey, I'm going to be at these 6 different places. It's going to be a different selection of bottles at each one. Here's when it starts. You get in line. Some people got in line up to 24 hours early. That's how crazy it is here in the U.S. for certain types of allocations of bottles and bourbon and stuff. So this is one I was able to get from there. It is normally, you should be able to find it if it's regular MSRP under $70, like $65. So nothing like too crazy, but it is a 10-year. Some other 10 years that we have enjoyed in the past that a lot of people talk about. It's like the Eagle Rare. That's a 10-year. That one is good. Not a single barrel per se. No, that one is not a single barrel. But just like to kind of give context to like, what, and that one's usually in the more than the $40 range. Those are a little more expensive, but this is the Bottle and Bond single barrel. So it means it came specifically from one barrel only. And also, is from one growing season in particular. Like it's not blends of different, warehouses and everything. It's like one Bottled and Bond warehouse. I wanted to look at, like I said, if you buy this 68, 7, yeah, if you can find it at retail, it should be under $70. It used to be even a little bit cheaper. But unfortunately it won a bunch of awards. Best whiskey in 2019, best bourbon in 2019, best single barrel bourbon 2021, double gold 2020. So as soon as it starts winning awards, it's like, yeah.
Another notch.
Price goes up, and even more so, you just can't find it. Like that turns into that thing. Like, so this is the first bottle I've ever actually seen at regular price. I remember being in California and like seeing it like, oh, it's on a show. Oh, how much is that? Oh, $200. It's like some stupid amount that it's like, okay, I'm hoping it's going to be good. I've literally never had it. We're going to open it for the first time, so I'm very excited to try this one. But yeah, like I said, you can't always get what you want in the bourbon industry, and usually you can't pay the right price. $100 there at Drizzly. I guess this one might be a little bit easier to find than some. It's not like the stag that I wanted to have. Actually, they were having a stag tasting down at at Tap and Bottle tomorrow.
North or
okay.
Oh,
of three different like barrels of the George T. Stag Junior, I should say. 130 proof, 132 proof, and like 131 proof.
Wow.
So I like an ounce pour of each one.
It's a lot of proof.
But then you get to enter into a drawing to win to buy a bottle, but at regular price though, which is nice.
Yep.
Yeah, Eagle Rare 10-year, like I said, that one's 38. So like it's kind of about another 50% more for this one. So we'll see if it actually equates to another 50% above what an Eagle Rare or something else would be. That's kind of what I'm interested in. If it lives up to the Heaven Hill products. What else? I always forget what else Heaven Hill does. Heaven Hill does a lot of things. What was it? The larceny. That was what we talked about earlier.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you mentioned that.
We've done a couple different larcenies on the podcast before. We've done their just Kentucky straight bourbon one, which is 93 proof. That one's usually around $25 to $30. And then from one of these other allocated things, not this one, but a previous one, I was able to get a larceny barrel proof, which I've seen a little bit more now. But that one's usually around kind of this price, 65 to 70, but that's like 125 proof, something like that. So they also do those. I'm sure they don't see all brands. I was going to say, I swear they have other stuff I'm not thinking of. The larcenies. Oh, the Rittenhouse. I forgot about that. The Rittenhouse Rye. Old Fitzgerald. Oh, they're Elijah Craig. Why wasn't I thinking that? Yeah, Elijah Craig, which is always a great, like I said, the Elijah Craig small batch stuff, 94 proof. That's great mixers. Like I said, either the rye or the regular. If you can find the barrel proof stuff, the different, like the C923 right now this year is supposed to be amazing. I have a C920 that's supposed to be very good. They have an 18-year that's, like I said, yeah. So the Elijah, I don't know why I was forgetting about Elijah Craig. Oh, and Evan Williams. Oh, and there's your mellow corn.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you have a bottle of that?
No. I had some of that yesterday.
Pour it in your cereal?
Pour it in my cereal.
Poured it on the cereal. But anyway, so that's what we're going to give a shot to here in just a moment. Oh, what is that guy putting in there? What are you doing? Get your hands out of there.
Get your hands out of my bourbon.
He's just a tourist.
Yeah.
That's actually camera footage. Oh, have you heard any more about the bourbon?
No, I think I gave you the 40 cases for Arizona. Yeah,
right.
Nothing since then.
Okay.
Yep. I'll let you know.
You just know, like, if you, for some reason, even if you can't get a hold of me, you just know it's 6.
I'm just buying a case.
Just buying a case.
Yeah.
Like, for some,
yes, I will do it.
I told Jason, I was like, yeah, I think they're supposed to get more of that. He's like, oh, get more of that. Yeah. No,
hopefully it'll be as good.
I hope so. I was trying to keep, I wanted to do a side by side.
I have one from last year.
Oh, do you still have? Okay.
And
so
probably
we could,
one from the previous year.
I have one from last year for sure.
Okay. I probably still, the original.
Yeah, no, I wanted to get, like I said, I wanted to have, I thought that would be kind of fun. We could do like a 3 this year.
Yeah, good.
That'd be kind of fun, actually.
Vertical?
A vertical of those. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. All right. Should we go to some whiskey?
I think we should.
Is it whiskey time? It's whiskey.
The clock
says,
says, yes, clock says whiskey time.
If you're talking about whiskey, it's whiskey time.
You know, when I'm down to my socks, it's whiskey time.
I feel bad too. I forgot to put, there was the Chardonnay.
Oh, you had it all set?
I had the graphic and I forget to put it up sometimes when we start. So there's what we had earlier. I had
the
to at
people
least
who weren't here.
I had to at least feel like I got some use out of it is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right. Let us go get the whiskey, go get some glasses, and we'll be right back.
Be right back.
Hot Mike. We're
How
back.
about those Yankees, boy?
How about them Yankees, boy? I am glad.
America, land of opportunity.
How's everybody doing? We are back. Sorry for the extended break. My wife got home, so we were having a conversation. We were
little chit
we were
chat?
chitting. We were chatting.
That's right.
We're all those things.
Ooh,
Chitting and chatting. Stoney, Paco, let's go. Hi. How are you both? Good to see
just
you.
Just in time for the bourbon.
That seems suspicious.
Now, if JHJ shows up,
which would be difficult because they're on vacation.
They won't show up.
That'd be amazing if they actually showed up because they're in Hawaii right now. If they actually took the time to come into the podcast right now, I would know how much they truly care about me and the things that I do. If they do not show up in the next 5 minutes, I will make sure that I clip
they're having
this.
a good time.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, you took it in a better direction.
They're embracing
man.
being together in a tropical paradise.
A tropical paradise.
On a motorcycle.
Wow. It's true. No, we joke about that every time. On the motorcycle, no less. Oh, man. Paco, it is wonderful to see you. Stoney is good. So good to see you, too. Yeah, we have one more beverage that we're going to get to this fine evening. Oh, shit. Paco's here. Oh, my God. Paco was talking about the most delicious sandwich the other day in chat.
Okay.
Oh God, it was so good. Because we were talking about pickles. We were talking about people like dill pickles and spears and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And then that turned into sandwich conversation. And then that turned into, like I said, and I actually even had to mention it in the Lucky's chat there. I was like, oh my God, has Paco told you about the sandwiches you make? So it's like, it involved cheeses and toasted breads and bacon and other things. Oh my God, it was just like, oh God. Yeah, I haven't even had it, and I still think about that sandwich to this day. It's only been a few days, but I still think about it.
It's left an indelible mark on your brain. Low these many hours.
Low these many hours. Nice. That's good. But yeah, so we are going to...
you can't say mommy enough.
Is that how we're going to start right away?
Yeah.
I'll recite it for keep. There we go. Please do. I made you type the whole thing in chat.
Oh, wait. What is that?
Guardian down, finding the grossest emos.
That is not good.
That is really good. That is very, very good.
I will recite it for Keith. 2 all beef patties.
Special sauce.
Lettuce, cheese. Onions, pickles. On a sesame seed bun. Backwards.
Critics agree this perfectly balanced bourbon. That this is a perfectly balanced bourbon. Well, we're going to find.
We'll see if these critics agree. Well, we're not critics.
Oh wait, this one you can.
We're just appreciators.
Yeah, that should be a new term.
Appreciators.
Top Evers,
appreciators.
That's actually not bad.
We appreciate you. Low prices are our
I was going to say, you going for that? I've told that story before, right? How I saw that guy.
Pocket went to school. I think she was a few years ahead of him.
Oh, really?
A year ahead of him, but yeah.
I saw him in a movie theater with my wife and Jay at some point.
Okay.
Like I said, they were over there. I was like, oh, it's that guy. And like I mentioned, and they're like, who? And I'm like, this guy. And right when I did this, he looked over at me because we were like not 10 feet apart. And I was just being stupid. I was like, this guy.
And did he?
No, he didn't do that bad. He just kind of looked over like.
He should have, though. He should have gone, hey,
he's a
it's
dork.
you.
He's a dork.
Your low prices are our price.
Yeah, exactly. Are they? Are they really? I don't believe you at all.
You don't care about me. You never did.
You're not affiliated with me. Here it is. It's a toasted sub sandwich I make in the oven. Turkey, provolone, bacon on a white or wheat sub roll that I toast in the oven until everything is melty and crispy, and then top it with Clausen dill sandwich sliced pickles and a little mayo.
Oh, that sounds simple but delicious.
I know, right?
Okay, perfect.
The toasting is what got me. I was like, oh, because we were talking about like, do you prefer a hot or a cold sandwich?
Wait, you don't work for Subway, do you? No, I'm just kidding.
She's like, unfortunately, Quiznos.
Quiznos subs.
Are they even around anymore?
So
we've got a pepper bar.
So when Pocket was in Atlanta a month or so ago on business, at
the airport was a Quiznos?
There was a Quiznos because I saw the charge come through and I almost texted her, we got a pepper bar. But I didn't want to get her at the wrong time. But I used to remember that. I think I Joe Riley with that too.
Nope.
Yeah. Quiznos subs.
A little mayo.
Little mayo.
That's what it's actually his rap name, Lil Mayo.
Lil Mayo.
He's a white rapper.
And oven potato wedges.
Ooh, yeah, that's right. That
sounds good too.
What do you season the potato wedges with? Do you throw like some? There was someone that was talking about rosemary again the other day, and I was like, oh my God, don't mention rosemary.
Clooney?
My wife would be all over it. Not rosemary cloning.
Oh, okay.
Rosemary, the actual herb. Okay. Do you throw like some sea salt on there, some pepper, maybe sea salt and pepper? What would you throw on a potato wedge?
Yeah, probably just maybe done it in some olive oil or something. But yeah, just a little of that.
Something.
Do a little maybe garlic powder even or something.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So I get it stripped down all together.
Yeah. Can you turn the heat up
just a little bit? Toss them in ranch seasoning, salt and pepper and oil. Ooh,
Trader Joe's sells a ranch seasoning.
Have you tried it?
I have not.
How is that possible? You've tried everything else at Trader Joe's.
I have not tried everything at Trader Joe's.
I feel it's a high
Until
number
last week,
of
I
things.
had not even tried that wine that everybody loves so much.
It's true.
And you can find out which wine that is if you go into the archives at AboutBeverages.com.
Oh my God, there we go. Keep learning how to sell it. Let's go.
Yes, they do. See, Paco knows.
Yeah, we were talking about. Do you drive near a Trader Joe's? There was something we were talking the other day. You're like, so I teased everyone because I brought out the chips.
Oh,
I hadn't opened them yet.
Okay, that's where Baker was. I think you got her with that too.
Yeah, that must have been. Was that Wednesday? That was Wednesday. Trader Joe's also sells Crave apples, and they're my new favorite.
We do have.
What are Crave apples?
We have them. I've never tried one though.
Oh my God! Do you try any of the stuff?
I don't like anything there.
I hate
except
everything.
the chips and the occasional bottle of wine. That's all I get.
bottle of red, bottle of white.
Yes.
Yeah, no, we were like, I was like, oh, I'm gonna actually have, because I actually had the beer. Like sometimes I don't have the featured beverage or whatever, like, but I did.
Featured chips.
I had the Willetized. My last bottle, the Willetized from Lagunitas Brewing. I still had one from 2020.
Oh, okay.
So I had that, and I was like, well, I need to eat something. I was like, I'll probably grab some chips, and all of a sudden, everyone started talking about all these different varieties of chips. And I was like, I don't know if this is going to be everybody's jam. And I was like, but I got them out. I was like, here's these chips. I'm like, Trader Joe's sell these. They're out right now. And I was just like, they are so damn good. Drive by one on the way to and from my kids' school every day. Okay, there you go.
You know that popcorn I brought over last week? And
I finished that too.
I was like, it's okay. But then I had bought myself a bag. I ate the whole bag in one sitting. The more I hate it, the more I like it. So it's a little sweet.
Did we open it that
sweet?
Did we open it last day when we were here?
Yeah.
Okay, so then I finished that last night.
Yeah.
I had like almost all that. I thought it was good. I actually thought the more I ate the Thanksgiving ones, as much as I love those seem to get a little saltier this year maybe. Have you had a bag of those
I've
yet?
eaten a bag of those.
Did you think those were a little, no?
No, they were, those were good.
They're delicious.
The
Like it wasn't like I
just
thought.
a little
It
bit
was-
sweet.
As I ate a bunch of them also, I was like, man, these are getting a little salty. And then I just kept eating. I was like, oh, I fought
And
past
I
that.
licked the inside of the bag.
I about
my head
would
in the
have. That
bag.
seasoning
Yeah.
is fantastic.
Yeah. It's still my favorite.
Still my favorite as well. All right. Did we do a podcast?
Looking forward to trying that. You've primed us with
I hope.
some Kirkland Bottle and Bond.
That's true.
So
we
that
did. Yeah.
could,
I was trying to make
refresh
sure.
the palate
Mm-hmm. Refresh the palate with more alcohol.
with more alcohol. No fatigue yet.
Just
Yeah.
not
Just,
that kind of fatigue.
just sleep.
Just sleep. There we go.
No palate fatigue.
Gotcha.
Let's clarify that. Palate fatigue. Fatigue.
So if you guys ever want to know a training on how not to start a podcast, would be to look at your brother right now and say, how do you feel about a 10-year-old? That is not how you would do that. That is not how you would start a podcast.
That is not the way to do it,
That
for
is
sure.
not the way to do it. TJ's olive oil popcorn is excellent. I don't know if I've had
It's a fairly,
mild.
yes,
Little salt.
but good.
I love popcorn in general. We've talked
Popcorn
about that.
is
though.
good.
That was why you were nice enough
Yeah.
to bring me back a popcorn
That's why I did that.
that. That is not how you started. How do you feel about it?
Yeah.
No.
If I said a bonded 10-year-old, what would you?
If I say
Wow. An in
that's
bond.
even worse.
An in bond. Yeah, no, that's not good. That's not.
My daughter loves their white cheddar corn puffs.
White cheddar corn puffs. That could be the well, we still refer to that as the pirate booty around the house.
Oh, is it?
Yes. A bigger bag.
seen
But
pirate
yeah, it's
booty
like
in other
pirate's
places
booty.
too.
It's like Trader Joe's version of pirate's booty.
What is the
Yes.
Trader Joe's version?
Yeah.
Is it
white
called
cheddar
pirate
corn
booty?
puffs.
But they don't call it pirate booty?
No, they're called white cheddar corn puffs.
Okay.
Yep. That's those are my wife's one of her favorites, especially when we go on a trip. I have to get a bag of the booty.
This is also not how to start a podcast.
No, not how to start a podcast. What is the right way to start a podcast? It's gonna happen right now.
The pressure's on. Chocolate sunflower buttercups?
Yeah, it's like a Reese's peanut butter cup, but made with sunflower butter.
Oh.
We have some with
Have I
almond
had
butter
those?
as well. I don't know if you have.
Oh. Kirkland almost did. They did like a giant canister, and it was of like the sea salt dark chocolate caramel. Like it was almost like the Trader Joe's
Oh,
thing.
those
but
are-
that,
things
but
are
in a
back.
but in a giant
Wow.
canister.
Okay.
It was
They've
pretty,
upped the ante.
good. That was when it was COVID. So all of a sudden that was like the sweet treat of COVID. Also, was like, yeah, my palate still works, but I should keep checking. Yes, it still works. A couple hours later, I should try it again. Their feeding therapist brings them a lot of stuff. Oh, that's what you were talking about. Yeah, Paco. They like said that they bring a lot of stuff from Trader Joe's. That's correct. I forgot about that. Chocolate sunflower buttercup sounds pretty good too. My little chocolate sunflower buttercup. Thanks to some good friends, I have been able to acquire a few allocated type bottles. If you're in the bourbon or whiskey realm, you kind of know what I'm talking about. These are the things that are a little bit harder to find. You kind of got to know somebody to know somebody to know somebody. This is a situation where we've talked about it before. The distributor here in Southern Arizona puts together like 5 or 6 different events and says, hey, we're going to have some stuff that's very hard to find. We're going to sell it to you at regular MSRP. Get in line and good luck.
Get in line.
It's
That's
pretty
right.
much what happens. Some people get in line up to 24 hours beforehand. I did not get there quite that early, so I didn't get like the most amazing of the amazing. But I was able to find a couple things that I've never had before. And as long as you're okay to maybe trying a little 10-year bottled and bond,
Yeah, that sounds good.
That's what we'll have for this. Give it a shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we are about today is the Henry McKenna 10-year bottled in bond.
Correct. This
Bourbon.
is a single barrel as well, which is kind of interesting. A lot of times bottled in bond, which needs to be at least 4 years of age, can be, like I said, it has to just be from the same growing period. It's at a federally bonded warehouse. There's a bunch of rules. You can look those up. I'll actually put a link below if you want to learn about all of those. 10-year is kind of on the higher side.
They've gone above and beyond.
They've gone the extra mile. This is a Heaven Hill product. They make everything from Elijah Craig to, like I said, what else we look at? The Larceny that we've tried. If you want to see some
Rittenhouse Rye.
If you want to see any of those previous podcasts, you can go to AboutBeverages.com or YouTube and check those out. But yeah, this is the first time I've literally ever had this one before. It's one that I've heard about. It's gotten so many awards. That's why it's become allocated, hard to find. You normally should be able to find it for around $65, which is, like I said, not cheap necessarily, but again, hopefully with the quality they're talking about.
Right. Secondary market, though, much more.
Secondary market, I can get a little bit higher for this one for sure. I've seen it, well north of that. But I am very excited to try this one the first time. You can see I've not even opened it. Not even opened it. That's how much.
Not just camera tricks or anything. This is I vouch.
No, it is.
As long as we have a voucher, and that is not open.
Would you say this is still sealed?
I would say that
I feel like a magician all of a sudden. Would you say that these cards have not been?
I would. Yes, that is sealed.
Okay. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get this one open. To make sure we were fully prepared, we actually had a little bit of another bottle in bond to kind of make sure our palates were refreshed and ready to go. Because we are nothing if not trying to be accurate with our tasting.
We did the Kirkland 17 from 1792. They're bottled in bond.
Correct.
Available at Costco. Well, it was available at Costco, not anymore. Just to kind of reacclimate, especially after the previous beverage. We needed to get back to home base there. So
always nice when the tape does not want exactly.
Oh man!
All right, already I don't like this one. We're not even going to do it now. I don't care.
Throw it away.
Pour it on your cereal.
10 years is too old, anyways.
That's apparently what it was.
Some fresh bottled in bond.
Give me some fresh bottled in bond. Exactly. There we go. Now I'm just turning the whole thing. There we go. I got it. Chad, I got it. It's working. Good cork pop there. That was nice. I don't know if the mic picked that up. That was nice.
The Keith did.
There you go.
Even if the mic didn't.
I see what you did there. Well, that's a nice glass.
It's interesting though with the bottle and bond. I thought it, and you had to refresh my memory. I thought it had to be at least 50%, but it's actually at exactly 50%.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So 100 proof.
That is the one thing that is kind of like the exacting standard of what you'll see on the label. Obviously, there's other things that are going on there, but yeah, the bottle and bond part, 100 proof, at least 4 years aged, and then there's a few other things at there as well. But again, you can check out the link for all that. I think
this is like an early 1900s thing.
When
Correct.
There was a lot of prohibition.
Yeah,
it was around that era where people were a little more concerned with. There was a lot of false, either bourbons or whiskeys and that kind of stuff out there on the market, and that this had turned kind of into. They're like, all right, well, let's get a certification kind of going. Does not hold near as much weight now exactly, but it is a standard. Like I said, if you see that on there, then you kind of already know at least a few things about it for sure.
Color of bourbon on the
That is actually a nice color, like I said, which you'd expect a little on the darker side for the aging that's on there. We talked about earlier, it's not a bottle and bond, but like I said, the Eagle Rare is another 10-year that you can find for a little bit cheaper. So that's kind of in my head initially, at least what I'm going to kind of compare this to, because it's like, well, is this as good as something else I can get cheaper?
I would do that if I could remember what that tastes like. I just know it's good.
That one usually is pretty good. To the aroma?
Yes.
Does their feeding therapist ever bring bourbon? Oh. Yeah. A little pinch between the cheek and gums never hurt. They're fine. Oh, what does it say on here? Is there a little information? A little information packet on here. The Connoisseur's Edition of an American Tradition. That rhymes. In 1837, a young man from Ireland, known for his remarkable whiskey-making skills, came to America with his family's whiskey recipe that had been passed down for generations.
And that man's name was Jim Smith.
No, it was young Mr. McKenna.
Oh, okay.
Settled in Kentucky and discovered the uniquely American drink known as bourbon. McKenna instantly took a liking to Kentucky. Whiskey. Oh, whiskey. Why did they put that on this different page? I thought that was the end of a sentence.
Whiskey.
Yeah. McKenna instantly took a liking to Kentucky whiskey and set out to create a better bourbon using his family's recipe. He insisted the bourbon be aged in oak barrels before bottling. From this process, highly unusual for the time. Oh, interesting. Selected from a single barrel, bottled in bond. So this is what I was talking about earlier. Like I said, this won't in the podcast, but a product of one distillation season and one distillery. So that is one thing it has to be. Stored in a federally bonded warehouse under U.S. government supervision for at least 4 years. This one's a 10-year. And bottled at 100 proof, 50% ABV. Because of these strict regulations, the finest bourbons are recognized as bonds. So this one, like I said, the thing for me that's the most interesting is that they go jump up to the 10 year.
10 years,
like I said, that is, like I said, quite a bit. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay.
That has changed numerous times for me,
I would actually agree.
but every time it's delicious.
It is a really good aroma. Yeah, like I said, we've literally just cracked this open. As you saw, my terrible like bottle opening skills there for some reason. That was a little more difficult.
Right now I'm at cinnamon bun,
There is a little bit of that.
but at different points I've had butter, I've had some nut.
I would say toffee was in there.
Yeah, there's just it, but it's just, and even at 50% or 100 proof, and you just open it, it's not overly strong.
No, not at all. I thought there might be some more oak coming through or some more of those kind of wood notes. There's a little vanilla, but it's definitely more buttery and toffee. And it's kind of those lighter, wonderful blend of all of those rich flavors. That smells really good.
There's a lot of goodness going on in there.
All right. Should we taste?
I think we should get some goodness going on in here.
Agreed. Thanks, Al Pacino.
Hoo-ah!
Hoo-ah! Does Trader Joe's hit up like a bunch of like stuff specially for like Thanksgiving like stuff? Do they have like things that like only come in at like?
Yeah, like Thanksgiving and then into Christmas a little bit.
Right.
Cranberry relish, cranberry orange relish, different turkey things. The holiday candies arrived this year, like a week earlier than last year.
Oh, okay.
I guess there's going to be more rolling in over the next couple of weeks, but we have these bags of gold coins that are chocolate. But this year we've got one that's like this big. It's a gold coin. So
that's a doubloon.
Kind of fun stuff. But it's that time. We've turned the page on the pumpkin stuff, which is weird because you do associate pumpkins with Thanksgiving.
I do, yeah, for both.
But
both of those big, like, because you think of harvest and cornucopia, like all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
You think about all those things. I wonder if they have that much of a cutoff, like back in the Pilgrim days. All of a sudden, they're like, "Oh, we can't have any more pumpkins. We're gonna have pumpkin pie." No,
you're just happy to have everything. That you could have
You'd
back
think
then.
that.
You would think
that.
so.
But there was still one person that was like, no,
I'm ready to.
and they were already listening to Mariah Carey.
I want mint. Yeah. I want something mint, and I want to listen to Mariah Carey.
I do like mint. I like that song. It's played way too much, but I like that song.
Of course.
It's probably one of the better new Christmas songs. I hope we can all agree on that.
And that came out in 94.
It's brand new.
It's already.
It's practically 29 years old.
Almost 30 years ago.
It's almost 30 years old.
Damn.
It's weird to think about that stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
I'm a couple years away from my 30-year reunion.
We had dinner.
Oh, that's gross. I hate every bit of what I just said there. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Every word rings
Every word
horribly
hurts
awful
me
with
deep
me.
inside.
Had dinner with Heidi and Dean last week. It was nice to see them, but a lot of softball memory. I didn't realize Dean was a big He's a Chiefs fan.
Really?
Yeah, he's a Chiefs
I had
fan.
no idea.
And his son is a Broncos fan. So,
Oh, that must
Yeah.
have been an interesting conversation.
yeah, but no, he's.
Are they
it's good
from
to see
that
them.
area?
I think
Originally?
he might be. Yeah, from like southern Illinois.
Where are you
or
from
somewhere.
originally?
Yeah. So.
Why? That makes me feel super old. Thinking about reunion
Then when
stuff
they
like
start,
that.
like, usually it's like each class has their own, and then you just get to a point where everybody's so old they're just like, okay, people from all these different years, come on.
Yeah, I guess at least it's not that. I've never been contacted by it, so I don't know. I have no desire to go to a reunion, really.
I never
guess.
went to any of mine. I was on the early on before our 10-year, which coincidentally was 1994. I was actually involved in some of the planning of it, and then it was weird. I was like,
You're involved in the planning? Interesting.
I don't know how I got
What
I
have
got
I done?
involved in that, but I was starting to do that, and then it was weird. I realized that even though it was like 9 years removed from high school, I still felt like these people were in high school, and I was like, I just kind of got.
I could see that.
I got a little disconnected from that, but
You're like, I'm out.
I went to a couple of pockets. That was fun though. So
I think
anyway.
if you maybe keep in like some sort of contact with people, I guess to be like, I
Yeah.
don't, I've always,
I keep in contact with the people that.
that's what I always say. I've kept in contact with the people that I have cared about, that I appreciate, all that stuff. Like I said, I've kept in contact with those people. So Toby, hello. So yeah, it's always interesting.
When Facebook was kind of new, like in the late aughts.
Yeah.
That was, I got a hold of a couple of people that I hadn't talked to in a while, and then that just kind of faded. And I was like, the people who are in my life or are important are still in my life, and I know how to get a hold of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, anywho,
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
It's not as complex as the aroma. Still very good.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going to go with it too. I think it's a little different than what we like. The aroma, I think, is like an 8 or a 9.
Yeah.
Complexity,
Boom, boom, boom.
different aromas, different flavors. Like I said, all the things that we were getting like are great. The taste is very much, it's very smooth, little bit of heat on the finish.
Yep.
I get kind of like actually some vanilla, like almost like not quite baking spices, but like if I was making like a vanilla sugar cookie or something, there's something like that in there. I don't know what you're getting out of it. Like I said, I don't know what you're getting out of this.
It is more, whereas, that especially the aroma, we said it just kept unfolding, and there were different things with each unfold. This one is more, it just kind of stays with that one sort of note with a little bit of the heat and with some vanilla, maybe a little bit of that butter, but not much. I mean, it's good. It's very smooth. It's just not as complex as the aroma is.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised, like I said, especially for a 10-year. I thought maybe a little bit more wood would come through, which you are getting some of the vanilla, and I'm getting a little bit of those characteristics, but it's all on the lighter side.
Yeah.
Which is not necessarily a bad thing. I think this is really good. This is definitely something for, like I said, being able to pay just MSRP for it. I would definitely have this one around just because it's different.
Yeah.
I think compared to, and it's not a direct comparison, like I said, but I've mentioned the Eagle Rare since that's one of the few 10 years that I happen to have, like hanging out in the bar. That one definitely brings much more of the, like you're talking like oak, woody, like heavier kind of notes. Whereas I like this one because it is kind of a little bit more on the lighter side with some spice. It's really good. It's not what I expected at all, though. It's definitely different.
So compared to what we had before when we recalibrated our palettes,
Correct.
this is a little bit, there's a little more to it, I guess.
Definitely. I think so.
So obviously this one should be more expensive, but I don't know if it's.
Ooh, I knew you were going there.
No, I just started going there. I'm not.
No, that's interesting. I've had that one recently. Like I said, and we're talking about, it's basically 1792.
Right.
It is their bottled and bond, but it is through Kirkland's brand. If you know anything about that, they do a small batch one. They do the bottled and bond one, which I have. They also do a like single barrel, like high proof one.
Yeah.
It's for Kirkland, but it's through 1792 distillery. And that's one that, especially at that price and that value, is fantastic because it's like not only you get all that flavor for a mixer and all these other kinds of things, it's actually not too bad to, like I said, to drink neat as well. That one is a little bit more, I think, very one note.
Yeah, and a little hotter, I think.
And a little, it's not quite like, so this one has some nice spice, but it's kind of more toward like, this is going to sound dumb. Like I said, just past the mid palate is where I get the spice, not on the finish. The finish on this is really smooth. Whereas the bottled and, like I said, the one from, like I said, that one, that 1792 Kirkland one, that one's kind of like hot pretty quick. It's a little on the thinner side. Yeah. This one's still, I wish this one had a little more body, which I thought it might bring to the table. But yeah, overall, I think this one is very good. It's just kind of up to you if you want to pay like that little bit of, like I said, extra price tag. I guess this one, before it started winning all the awards, was more in like the $40 to $50 range. And then it's crept up. And then again, if you can find it, it starts getting even more expensive. So I know you would probably not pay for it, but I enjoyed it though. It was good.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Of course. Thank you for sharing.
Always appreciate sharing. And you can find all of the sharing that we have ever done on our website at AboutBeverages.com. Shockingly enough, that is a place where you can go if you want to find anything and everything we've ever done, from recipes to wines to whiskeys to waters, sodas, smoothies, anything and everything. It is all there. The complete archive can be found at AboutBeverages.com. If you only want the latest videos, YouTube is the best place to go. You can find whether it's shorts for quick reviews, if it's our podcast, our full-length podcast, like I said, all of the stuff that we do on Thursday evenings on Twitch winds up going up on YouTube on a Monday. And soon, probably in the next couple of weeks, we're going to do something a little freaky. We're actually going to be dual streaming. We are now allowed on Twitch that we can actually simulcast and stream on YouTube and Twitch and anywhere else at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So at some point we'll be doing that very soon, so you can catch us live in both spots.
Wow, nice.
So we'll have kind of a dual chat thing going there. So if anybody's interested to watch, like I said, you can subscribe and check that out. If you only want audio, Google Podcast, iTunes, and Spotify are the best ways to go. But if you do have a favorite podcasting app, definitely search for About Beverages, and you'll probably find us there. If not, let us know, and we'll try and get that taken care of if it is at all possible, for sure. And when you're searching, usually some other things come up too, right?
Oh, those social media things come up. Those
social media.
For us, the three pillars of social media are TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, which is the one that we use most often to keep you up to date on what is going on here at About Beverages. Like earlier this evening when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, and soon YouTube.
I know.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it's going to be fun.
And which we do most Thursday evenings around about 4:30 Pacific. So when we get together, try some different beverages and hang out, just have some fun. Also throughout the week, Andrew's going to keep you up to date on what he's doing in the gaming world and what he will be enjoying as he does that. So for all the latest at About Beverages, follow us on Twitter.
But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should give it a bottled and bond shot.
Nice. I almost said whether I like it or not. I was like,
whether I like it or not, I don't give a crap what you think.
I don't give a shit what he says. I don't know what that almost popped out there. I was like, huh? What am I saying? Stop. Tuesdays on YouTube, Thursdays, Twitch. Brilliant. There you go. Those are your favorites. Guardian Down, appreciate you. Yeah, that is good. I wish the aroma lived up to the flavor. If that had, like I said, what we were getting in the aroma, if that had swung over to the flavor,
yes.
If I said that incorrectly, I didn't mean to.
Yes.
Like I said, yeah. If the aroma lived up to the flavor and like basically swung over, and we got all of that in there, like that, I would have been like, this is great. Like I can understand that.
75% of that. I think we got about 50%.
Yeah,
maybe not quite that little, but it's still good.
Yeah, we got about 50%, and then we got like a little something different because I didn't get the vanilla necessarily in the nose, and that kind of like I said, it was almost like vanilla sugar cookie kind of thing. Like I couldn't quite describe that as best as I wanted to, but it was kind of in that range.
I just like how it, and maybe because it was just open, but it changed. I was like, ooh, I'm really getting that, as Fitz used to say, that buttered popcorn, butter caramel. And then I was like, oh my God, no, it smells like a cinnamon roll. Yeah. I was like, oh man, this smells great.
Yeah, no,
overall, it did smell great, and it evolved, but it just didn't quite live up to that. But that happens a lot though. Unfortunately, so not with specifically with bourbon, but just with a lot of things. You're like, oh my God, that smells great. For that aroma or that taste to live up to that,
it can be a little difficult.
Can be tricky.
Yeah, I mean that's what we always look like. Like I said, we're getting pretty close to where we're going to start looking for our thank you podcast beverage, and that's kind of what we're always looking for. There is we're trying to find that thing that is just over the top, like, okay, it's that the aroma is there, the taste is there, and then that lingering finish is like what we've joked about, like that's almost like what you feel you're paying for. If it just kind of
So speaking of that, and we did talk about that last.
We had some good ideas. Do you have something else?
Well, no. So last, a guy that I work with now used to work at Total Wine.
There's a guy,
and he knows Scott.
Oh,
and he's like, oh my God, he's great. He went on to do something else. Yeah, I guess Scott has a twin brother that worked at the other one.
So I've told you about that story, haven't I?
Yeah, I think because you thought it was him.
I thought it was him, and I was like, "Oh, hey!" I'm like this, and I was like, because we happened to be on the other side of town, and he was like, "Oh, isn't that?" I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Well, we talk a lot." He's like, "Oh, you must know my twin brother." I was like, "Get the hell out of town!" Like it was one of those where I was like, "This guy's screwing with me." I was like, and yeah, it turns out he does.
So this was last Saturday or Sunday. I was talking with this guy at work, and he's like, "Oh yeah, he's a great guy, Scott." And then all of a sudden,
did he come into the store
yesterday? All of a sudden, I'm like, he's like, I heard him. He turned an application. He's talking to one of the mates, and he's like, yeah, what guy I know here, Lucas? I looked at him. He's got a lot longer hair now, but I was like,
Scott?
Yeah, I was like, Scott, and he's like, yeah, he's like Keith, and he's like, you guys have a podcast, right? And your brother's Andrew, and I said, yeah, I said we talk about you often, and anyway, so it was funny. So he's applying for a job at Trader Joe's.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So anyway,
would he meet
cool
us down
story.
at Total Wine?
Yeah. Would you guide us
Did you ask
through?
him?
Yeah, no, I should. If he starts working,
if he does, ask him that
say,
question.
Would you?
It'd be
meet
rude
us
to
then?
ask before because it seemed like it was a job qualification,
Yeah.
but.
Well, I don't have anything to do with him being hired, so.
Oh, good. Okay, because you could be through. You're like, he's made some really good bourbons and whiskey suggestions over the years. This guy's pretty good.
No, it was funny because I was like, oh, I gotta tell Andrew about that.
That would be super cool.
Yeah.
Oh, he was. Well, like I said, what we interacted with, he was always a really good guy.
Very helpful.
Always appreciated that.
Yep. So next week, more Thanksgiving beverage.
Yeah, I think we'll probably do that again.
I'll pick another wine.
Probably another wine there. Like I said, I honestly am not sure what else I will go with. I'll probably have to figure out something.
Or maybe it might be abbreviated because I don't know.
We won't say anything. We'll call it a full
call
podcast as of this moment.
Okay.
I want to, if I can actually make it out, like I said, there is another option. I know how much you like the cocktails. Do you like the cocktails?
Love them.
I kind of want to do that one that involves the Negroni, the gin, and the tawny port. So I need to get a tawny port.
Negroni is a drink.
Oh, sorry. So it's the tawny port, the Amaro, gin, and tawny port. Basically, you take out the sweet vermouth and you put in tawny port. It's not quite a third. I forget what it is. I saved it on.
We have the $7 tawny port if you want that.
You've mentioned that, and I'm not going to do that.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Right, that's fine.
I will buy.
That's fine. That's fine.
Keith, I love you, but it doesn't always have to be the $7.
It doesn't. No, you're right.
I will, because I need a bottle of port anyway because I don't have one and I do like it, so I'll be happy to buy not something crazy.
So it's a Negroni, but just we're swapping.
Yeah, I'll have to look up what the official. It is an actual drink. It's not like just some guy got drunk and was trying the three things he had left in his cabinet. You always wonder.
Cough medicine, Pepto-Bismol,
exactly,
and kaopectate. This is great,
and Irish whiskey.
Yeah, of course.
Jameson is what happens,
of course,
sometimes. But yeah, I think I'd like to try and do that. I'll try and see if I get out this weekend, maybe Sunday or Monday or something like that, and pick up a bottle. Like I said, I can't remember. There was always one that was there was always a decent port for around $20 or $30 that we used to. We've gotten. I know I've had a bottle.
Flatgate, and there's different ones out there. So yeah. Okay.
So grab one of those, and like I said, maybe that might be kind of fun. Definitely would like the wine if you have another one that you think you want to try or something.
We'll narrow it down.
Yeah. But yeah, that'll be the initial plan, and then we always find something to start that is of the sometimes non-alcoholic variety.
I think it'll be a sparkling tea.
Oh, that's right. You were talking. Okay. So what about the sparkling? So what is this exactly?
I just saw that it's something coming in. I don't even know a lot about it. So only that it's sparkling and it's tea.
Does it involve tea?
It does.
What kind of tea?
Sparkling tea.
How do they make it sparkle?
Sparkles.
Are there sequins involved?
I think it's
CO2. Is there glitter in it?
Yeah, it's bubbly.
Okay. Is it
the bubbles make it sparkle?
The bubbles? Okay.
The CO2. It's the wood that makes it good.
It's the wood that makes it good. That is very true sometimes. All right. We're going to wrap things up here and get out, but I appreciate you guys all for being here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out.
Thank you very
much. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the gifted subs earlier. That was super, super nice. We're going to go say hi to someone that has rated me a couple times. I have not actually gotten a drop in on them yet, so I'm glad that they are on. Sushi, hi and goodbye. It's good to see you. We're going to go say hi to Static Arbiter. They're playing some Diablo 4 right now, which I've been playing lately, and I may even play tomorrow. Have an amazing evening, everyone. Paco,
Thank you,
have
Paco.
an even
Yes.
more amazing evening.
You too.
Especially because I'll just go tonight dreaming about that sandwich. Enjoyable as always. You are such good. Well, that's true. We are good.
She
brothers.
might be a little biased, but
she might
that's
be
okay.
biased.
It's
Might be
okay. We'll
biased.
take it.
She may have had a little helping hand in that.
That's true.
May have been a helping hand in that. But yeah, we're going to go say hi to Static Arbiter. Like I said, let's go say hi to him. If you guys are not following, maybe drop a follow if you so choose. If not, that's fine too. Do as you will. I'm not going to force you. But he is playing Diablo. Looks like he's doing some farming, trying to get to 100. So that should be some good times, I would say. I might be doing that tomorrow. It'll be either that or Cyberpunk. 8:30 a.m. Pacific, 11:30 Eastern is usually when I'm starting. So go say hi there too. Here we go.
Let's have some fun.
Yeah.
Let's raid.
Really good.
Really good.
Yeah.
Tim
see?
Kirkjian.
See? Right there.
Really good.
Right there. All right, everybody. Good rest of your evening. Good night.
Good night.